Everybody. Welcome to
Good
kdmoonchild's
morning.
World. Midweek Minis is a special edition today. We have Blackcat Tarot Maya with us.
Hello.
And I thought
Hello.
we would get together and read on questions about Gaia.
Yes.
And what's going on with her? All these earth changes and, where do
And
we fit in this? What can we do to make it better?
what's her message to us? What does she want to
Yeah.
tell us?
Yeah. And
Right.
so I've even brought along some ideas of some products you can get.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to train. Hi, how you doing, Nikki? Mwah. Trying to get people to think if you can't change everything in your carbon footprint, which is kind of a shock if you try to do that all at once.
Yeah.
Little things like food storage. That's my big thing right now. I'm all on the get rid of straws and get rid of Ziploc bags. And if you're going to wash your clothes, use the sheet stuff. Don't use liquids. Don't use the boxes.
That's very smart.
Yeah, there's so many new products out there now.
So many cool ones. I just bought some of those reusable ones that you can put in the dryer.
Yes.
Doggone it. Anyways, I got to get them out there. I've got to get my family on board with that because I've been telling them, I don't buy the liquid, as you said, fabric softener. Just use the dryer
and the
sheet.
liquid wash soap. When you buy, we all love our shower gel, but look at all those plastic containers. And when you think about every single one of us and how many do we go through in a 6-month period, and that's all going in the landfill and it doesn't
break down.
No. And it's not even that it's going in the landfill. It's going in the ocean, which goes into our food supply.
And they have found people that, the sea salt, they have found plastic particles in sea salt, folks.
Yep.
So I don't use that anymore. I use
That's why I don't buy diamond paintings anymore. Yeah. Because that's all that is. My God.
Plastic.
Itty bitty little pieces of plastic.
Exactly.
And it's like, let's just encourage China to have a reason. Now, if it's all made from recycled plastic,
that's different.
And they can guarantee me that, I will buy the crap out of it because it's my favorite Zen zone thing to do. Hey, Dizzo!
Hello!
It's my favorite thing to do, to calm down. I actually can sit there and diamond paint for 6 hours and not get up to pee.
What? Oh, girl.
Yeah, that's how
you get into it. You get tunnel vision. You get totally focused.
An audio book on, or I'll set YouTube. I'll have it set. You have a queue. You can do it set up.
I do the queue. I do the queue all the time.
And so I'll just set it up like I'll do. I think it's Mondays or Tuesdays is when all the Bigfoot stuff comes out. Everybody uploads their Bigfoot stuff on Mondays and Tuesdays.
I did not know that.
So I just line them up, and I'm like, nah, that's someone in a suit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But I find that just the motion of picking up the little pen, and it's got this wax that's sticky on the end, and you dip it in the tray with the little pieces.
And you pick up the little
piece, and then you take it over to that canvas that's got it's like I try not to buy the ones that are double-sided tape. This is a big wide sheet of double-sided tape because that can eventually pull up on the underside. But there's also a liquid now.
Oh yeah,
and that stuff's really cool. But I've got so many of them I need to do.
You need to be good, girl. And
well, I need to finish this peacock feather I started when.
Ooh, I want to see that because I've got a great big bunch of peacock feathers over here on my family altar.
And I love peacocks. I used to know someone who lives in Grass Valley, California, that raises peacocks.
Can you see that? Oh, I'm sorry, that's my finger.
Oh, I love lay finger.
But you can
Oh,
see
yes.
there's some real, and my
Oh, I like
daughter,
the painting, the picture behind it. Is that a cutout picture?
there's my dad's, that painting right there. That's of Hawaii. My dad painted that for me. He's a painter. I'll have to show
Directly
you guys.
behind the peacocks. That
Yeah,
looks
that,
like a paper cutout picture.
nope. It is a cloth banner, if you will, kind of
Ooh, okay, I
medieval.
see. Yeah, how it's hanging now.
But that's my family altar, guys. That's a lot of stuff.
I used to know a paper artist here in town that made, when I'm saying a paper cutout, it's a three-dimensional. What it is she's made like 25 copies of the same painting, or she'll take it to a professional printer and have it made like 25 copies, and then she cuts it out in layers
Oh, that's so cool.
to give it a oh
A
man.
3D effect. What
And
are they
she
called?
taught
Depth.
me the best scissors to have
Which ones?
are sharp as these little snicks. Look at this
Really?
point on that thing.
Oh, that is pointy.
I used to use these even to cut my mama's hair.
Yeah, those would be
I was
great just for a
always
trim.
nicking myself right in here.
Oh gosh. Oh. Hey, Stony.
Stony Baker MD. Hi. Good to see you.
Yes.
So yeah.
Meow.
Anyway, yeah, we've got I'm feeling all Gaia today. I even
You
went out and raided
are.
my garden. Got the
I'm glad you did.
I think, what is this? This is
What's the leafy stuff?
this is, believe it or not, Chinese fig, also known as jujube.
Oh,
It makes
really?
a little apple thing that you let them dry completely, and then you make a paste out of them, and it tastes like dates. They're really good.
Oh,
But they look
really?
like an apple. And if you eat them without drying, they taste like a combination of an apple and a pear. They're very
Ooh.
neat. They're very mellow fruit, but these are
Yeah.
marigolds, believe it or not, y'all.
And
It's a variety. It's not my talent. It's called blackcat. This is sumac.
okay, I've
Which
heard of
is
sumac.
weed in most places, but it is so green, I let it grow in my yard. Most people
Yeah.
get rid of sumac. A lot of people are allergic to sumac.
I was gonna
It
say.
doesn't smell like chrysanthemums or echinacea, those peppery smelling flowers. Then I'm good.
Yes.
But I can't do the peppery smelling ones.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, pear apple. It's
Oh.
like a pear apple. They're really good.
It
And they're
sounds
called
delicious.
jujubes, just like, the candy you get at the movie theater.
Yeah, that was my nickname for one of my kitties.
Jujubes.
Because her name was Jewel. Her name was Jewel. So I'm gonna move my mic over here. Sorry. And yeah, her name was Jewel. So you know how you get like 1,000 nicknames for your kitties.
Yes.
And one of them was Jujubee. So she's my little Jujubee. But she lived to be 21 years old. She had a really good long life. She was a calico.
Oh, I love calicos. Well, my kitty, the aloe that I have right now, is a tortie. She's a pastel tortie, so she's gray instead of black.
Oh, yes, I can picture it in my mind.
And the orange spots, or what would normally be that orangey yellow color, are peach. It's a peachy color.
Oh.
She got a spot right here. I keep doing that because she's a spot right here in front of her head, right here. My mom, she was my mom's cat. So my mom always said that's where the angels touched her when she was born.
Oh, the baby kitty. I'm sorry, I just get all.
Oh, hey, we're cat people.
We are cat people. Yeah, Stony. She lived to be 21 years old. That's
your child. That's not your pet.
That's right.
I had a cat that died at 17. That's a long life too. Yeah, that was like losing my teenage child. So
yeah, I cried. Oh my God. Yeah.
You have a cat? Yeah, Dizzle's got Maine Coons.
Oh, I love them too.
She got lots of kitties. She likes her kitties.
It's all about the kitties.
Hey, I got to thinking, our little group of ladies, we're all pretty kitty cat women. Every one of us.
Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Yes, I always kind of talk a lot and play around a little. Let everybody start to come in, get their notifications as YouTube is.
Pokey.
Apple did an update yesterday.
Oh, I don't have
So
any
I
Apple products.
expect
So
YouTube to be doing an up, and then I guess Google did an update yesterday. So that means YouTube will probably be doing a YouTube today. So get ready, you guys. It's going to probably, chats will be weird today.
jumpy, jumbly,
And pay attention to your subscribers. If you're a subscriber, make sure you are subscribed to your favorite people. And if
I've
you,
had to resubscribe.
yeah.
Not
And
to
if
you, but to
are,
others.
oh, I do it all the time. And if you're not getting notifications, but you've clicked that all bell, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then click the bell again, and it'll kick it back in.
Kind of like
Just
reset.
because YouTube watches and pays attention to what you watch most, and that's what it'll send you.
I see. That makes sense.
If you've got a channel that you love, but they don't upload all the time, that kind of screws them and you. It's not fair. But yeah, Albert's a couch surfer.
That's cute.
Albert and Willie are buddies.
He's so cute.
As a matter of fact, that's where Willie is. He's in on the sofa.
Where is Bear? I think Bear is over by the sliding glass door, probably laying. There's things I can't see, but she's over here.
Oh, she's out. Yeah. I expect that. You know what? Clouds are building up here, and it's going to be an interesting day.
Our fog
talking to us.
Yes, our fog that we've had for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah,
has burned off. I'm looking at blue sky. I can see through, and thank God, because y'all, I've been in pain.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure that I have the opposite problem. I get sick of blue sky.
I would too.
That has no variation to it. Except, and so you look out there and you go, oh, it's pretty blue sky today. I'm going to go out and do something. It's like walking into the heater.
Yeah, walking into the first level of hell.
All of it is a mind game. It's all a big trip.
I hear you.
Down finally. Yay. Well, you know, it is.
Oh, good.
Getting
in Illinois.
Autumn is next month.
That's right. Well, for here I'm in Northern California, in case folks didn't know. I'm out near San Francisco, very close. So we don't get the Southern California weather, folks. It's a little different.
Hi, Janet P.
Hi, Janet. Nice to see you, and nice to meet everybody that's coming in and say hello.
Yeah.
Nikki in here. Stony wants to know if Nikki is in here.
Oh, she was.
Where'd she go, Kitty?
She was up at the top. Miss Nikki, Miss Naughty Nikki B.
Oh, Naughty Nikki. Yeah, she was here. That was up there.
Yep, she's here.
Just got to reset my mic. That's cool.
She usually wanders in and wanders out. And so, yeah. I was telling Maya the cards that I had set aside for us to use today, because we're going to be reading on the earth. And the earth changes, and what messages does our Mother Earth Gaia have for us today?
Yeah, we're gonna give her the floor and give her our mouths.
Yes, and our cards, and we are stepping aside. So, but as I was shuffling cards, because I always pre-shuffle, shuffle, and then I'll shuffle 2 or 3 times on camera. And I was doing that with. You guys have seen me use these Jody Bergsma cards before. I'd use them in here a lot. They're empowerment cards. 3 of them fell out. And you won't need the ones that fell out.
Yes.
So I'll let you, if you want to do some cards. For just let's give a starting message here.
Yeah, like
I figured this was definitely one.
I'm gonna.
So funny because it's 3 toads. Now you know. Toads and frogs are a little different.
Yeah. I'm going to use this empathic deck and just see what I get and start shuffling. But if you want to go ahead and say what those cards were that you picked up, because you're ahead of me.
I will do that. Let me
put my mic on mute.
Okay. And I'm going to put myself in the hot seat. Okay. This is the prosperity card. And if you'll notice, there's 3 toads on there. You know what? In this is a message. along with our prosperity comes signs. If we're poisoning Gaia, it's going to show up in the amphibians and the water creatures first. So she's telling us in this card to watch our prosperity, but focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. So instead of just going through the motions of what you're used to doing in this throwaway, instant world that we live in. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump my microphone. Think about it in a minute. Just stop and think about what you're doing. What is this leaving behind? Then the next card I get is the Power card. Call upon the elements. Focus your intentions. The great dragon is within you. What is going on with Gaia is not 100% our fault. Hey, Jay, good to see you. Heart 213. It's not 100% caused by us. Yes, it's partly a natural cycle, but we have accelerated it to the point where, yeah, it's us. It's not just Gaia. So call upon the elements, focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. So it's all up to us to make those changes. Don't wait for the government to say, I'm going to give you $25 if you stop using Ziploc baggies. Stop using Ziploc baggies. You guys know I preach that all the time. Because if we don't, we get confused, we get in the state we're in, we disconnect from Gaia, we disconnect from the earth just in wearing shoes because they're made from synthetics and not natural materials. So the third card is the Nature card. Sometimes all you need to do is go outside and breathe the fresh air. To remember, to get that reminder who you are and where you want to be. That white deer is sacred in most tribe. Anywhere that there is a deer, the white deer is very, very sacred. Which is like all across the northern part of the Arctic Circle in Russia and everywhere. That is in the Irish. That's the night bringer. That is who brings us the moon in the night. So, there's that balance. We've got to find this balance. We find this balance, and Gaia won't be quite so willing to show it to us the way she has been. So that's what fell out of my cards.
That's good.
These cards are cool.
They are.
Yes. Whoa, you might want to be shown, huh?
Maybe
You don't want to
not.
look at me put my cards away? Yes.
Yeah, I felt inclined to use the I've got a few here as well. But the Lantern Oracle, I'll show this one. Make sure I got all the cards. This is a really nice one. I highly recommend.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a really neat guidebook that goes with it.
Yeah. That's the kind of guidebook that I would actually
enjoy reading.
When I like a guidebook, I don't connect them with the cards. I'll just read the guidebook.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's kind of weird. I don't use my guidebooks to go with my cards. Well, this one's kind of worn out, so I've used this so much. Go ahead.
All right. Let's just, I'm going to make sure that I've got this all dialed in,
Hey,
and I'm
Swampy.
just relating to Gaia and asking her to, again, use me as an instrument to communicate. All right. Let's see what we got. My own hair.
I fight my hair all the time.
It's so crazy.
As a matter of
All right.
fact, I almost cut 6 inches off yesterday.
Oh, God. My hair does not grow fast, so I will not be doing that. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so we're getting this card, and it's about radical self-love, and it's showing us a
Oh,
crone. Look at that beautiful crone, baby.
wow.
And it says, we can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. So she's definitely, yeah, she is definitely bringing up the fact that, you know what, if we loved ourselves more, I think we would treat her better more.
Absolutely, because we would treat everything better.
And this also, I'm getting like acceptance. People learning to accept and love themselves. And this plays out, I feel like it ripples out. And it's it changes, it would dynamically change how people feel about themselves, and then thus how they relate to the world around them. And especially as they age. Accountability is the other card that she's giving.
Wow. Wow.
And there's some kind of sign here. Let me read that. Well, you can't read what's on the sign. There's nothing on there, but it says responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. Well, we're supposed to be the stewards of this planet, and we have accountability. We are one of the species that's supposed to be looking after the others and being like the loving big sibling, if you will.
Yeah, we're supposed to be this. We were given this earth as to be stewards of it.
Correct.
Not users of it.
She's letting us know that we need to learn how to love ourselves, which I totally believe. I think that's why we've got so much war, so much whatever. People are misdirected. Hi, Swampy. And then we have, again, accountability. People being responsible, not throwing their trash out the window, being a grown-up, thinking more maturely.
Yes. You know what I see in that card? Is that wood that she has in the basket on her back?
They're stones, actually.
Wow. Because I was looking at the tree also there. Looks like it's a dead tree. So I'm thinking, whoa, they've overused that land.
It's it's like a direction. You know how the sign posted?
Above, there's above where the rocks are in her backpack, there's that tree that has.
Oh, yeah, I see it. You can just see this.
So I'm just seeing all of that dark ground, and
it is very dark.
They've overused the land.
Mm-hmm. And those, especially with the heaviness of that pack on her back.
Yeah.
So it's like we've overdone it, and we need to be accountable for, I think, what we use of this earth, the minerals. It kind of brings me to mining for some reason, the idea of mining.
Absolutely. Oh man, I'm in a mining state. Good night.
You are.
If they don't mine silver, they mine copper or they mine uranium. And so they have for hundreds of years.
Yes, they have. Oh, this is interesting. Now, the next card she's giving shows an indigenous woman, and it says renewal, regeneration begins with decay.
Oh.
So the earth does renew itself.
Absolutely. And I understand that now. That is when you're growing things, for soil to be alive, it has to be filled with microbes.
That's right.
And for those microbes to have something to eat, things have to die and rot in that earth. I'm sorry to put it that way, but that's all the cycle.
And she's talking about the cycles. We need to understand them again and come back to understand that decay has a role.
Yeah, that itty bitty microbe in the soil is just as important to have alive as, you know, your most prized rose bush
That's
or
right.
specimen Japanese maple.
I'm also just getting that a lot of people don't really know very much about the natural world, and it would behoove them
No.
to come back and understand the cycles.
Yes. Yeah.
They could
And
be
the
more
crone,
responsible.
and I'm hearing the crone one,
Mm-hmm.
it's her job to teach it.
That's right. The wisdom. She
Um,
carries it. So if we looked at these three, oopsie daisy, it'd be like that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
the fourth card that I'm drawing is Lantern. And it's about consciousness is light. She wants us to become more conscious.
Yeah. Be aware,
Yes.
which is happening
Yes, it is.
as the Earth's axis is changing and stuff.
Yes, it is. So let me
And
see
the
what's on the
Earth
back.
actually spun what, a 18th of a second faster the other day.
That's right. It's changing. And it's not just woo-woo talk, as some people want to say. It's
It's
actually happening,
scientifically
folks.
proven that the atomic clock. Yeah. Whoa.
It's true. So, she's talking about
Yeah.
being conscious and aware.
Mhm.
She's talking about learning how to love yourself because it changes your relationship to the world and the environment and everything else.
Yes.
And being accountable, recycle, do your part. Even, you can't yourself change the plastic island out there in the ocean all by yourself.
Right.
But everybody, if they did their part, like you said, to use less plastic, to buy reusables and recyclables, in preference over to just the consciousness when you purchase things.
Yes.
It's huge. Make a conscious
Yes.
effort is what she's
Yes.
saying.
And there's so many new things out there to help you do this. New products like you wouldn't believe. For instance,
because we are in a renewal cycle.
yes, we are. Because we are awakening to the fact, well, here, Gaia's going slap, slap, slap. Wake up!
Yes.
Yes, it's cooling off finally in Illinois. We're still getting washed away in rain in the desert in Arizona.
Are y'all? Oh, God.
yeah.
Well, we've just finally come out of the fog for after about a month. So it's kind of like,
Yeah. This, you guys, is a silicone
and yes, give love to the animal.
baggie. It's got markings even on it for measurements of cups and fluid ounces. They will, when I take the top off, they stand up by themselves.
Oh, I like that.
You got, this is how they seal.
So can you explain this product so we know what, again?
It is a silicone bag, like a Ziploc bag that you wash and reuse. You can even cook in it because it's silicone.
Yep, it's the Lantern Oracle, Sherry. You can probably get this on Amazon. It's a fairly. I think that's where I got it. I'm sorry, Katie.
No problem. I have a request of you guys.
Yes.
You want to help the channel out? You want to help me out? The
Absolutely.
best way you can do that for free is if you're going to go look at cards that anybody has. I always have my links in the bottom. Go into Amazon from any one of those links first, please, because if you buy something then from Amazon, I get like very small commission, but it's a way you can help me support the channel and you're not having to pay out anything extra.
So go ahead and explain that again for people.
In the description box, you will find a link to the products like I'm showing you right now.
Awesome.
And you go to Amazon, just click on any one of those. Just click, like if you want the electric mouse traps, click on that. And then you can go and shop in Amazon anywhere you want to go. Buy shoes, clothes, go buy a car. Did you know Amazon even sells the outside shell of tiny houses? I had no idea. I had no idea. I'm an Amazon affiliate now. So wherever you go, after you use my code to go in there, if you use my link to go into Amazon,
You get a
Anything
small
you buy,
commission.
I get a commission off of. It's like 1.2%, but I made
Better
over
than
60
nothing.
cents. I signed up a week ago and I've made 60 cents.
Well, you're going toward the right
3
direction,
card
and
decks and
I
2
use
cases of top ramen.
I use Amazon quite a bit, being disabled and kind of homebound. So
Yeah.
I will definitely do
And it's
you a
easy to
solid.
sign up for, you guys. Jay signed up too.
I will sign up because I buy a lot from there, and
It
I need to
takes
do
like
more reviews.
15 minutes. It's a good way to bring in some income. It's a way to support the products that you love
Yes,
and use it every day. Like these come in many
I
different
love
sizes.
that.
See how big that is? And
I
look,
love it.
they stand up well. When they stand up,
They
see,
have a
it's
little
easier to
pouch at the
fill.
bottom. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to. You just gotta get it
Yes,
opened up all
exactly.
the way.
That's every
And
bit
then
counts.
this
Darn
is how
straight.
you seal it. I mean, this is what I keep my gummies in. This is how you seal it. This is a hard plastic. So this is made out of recycled plastic.
Oh, is it?
And
I thought it
it's
was
got a
metal.
little groove that you slide it into.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all there is to it.
I love
And if
that.
you want to, you can hang it on a nail
Hang it
or,
in your
hang it on
cupboard.
a hook or whatever in your refrigerator. They stack really nice in the
Don't
freezer.
take up much room.
Yeah. And they wash and
I
if
will
you've
totally
got
get some of
leftover
them.
spaghetti in there
Mm-hmm.
and you want to reheat it, toss it. This whole thing,
In the micro.
I don't know. Yeah, you can do that, but in a pot of boiling water.
Boiling water would taste better. Micro is
Yeah,
okay,
you
but
stick
we
the
know what
whole thing
happens.
sealed and everything, and it heats it all because it's silicone, you guys. So it's heat sensitive, I think, to 450 or 500 degrees.
So it'd be perfectly fine just to warm, as you were saying,
Oh, it's
your
great to heat
food.
stuff up in. So then you're not using another container that you're going
Yes.
to have to wash. So
Oh, very
just
true.
getting these really helps your carbon footprint, and they're not very expensive.
And actually, then it's going to help reduce the amount of water because
Yeah,
washing dishes, etc. So that's a very smart buy. I like that.
I studied those for a while, and then there's this other product called beeswax food wraps.
Oh,
This is
I've
to
got
replace your cellophane, your saran wrap.
plastic wrap. Yeah.
These are awesome. You'll open it up and you'll go, what the heck? Because here, I'll show you the
What
small one.
is
I got
this?
2 sizes in here. I'll show you the small one.
Yeah,
They
this is
come
awesome.
wrapped in a like wax paper stuff.
Yes, I have wax paper.
And
Just
then when you
trying to,
undo it, it's really weird because it has to have layers in between
because it's got the
it's
wax.
like a paper stuff, but it is beeswax.
So it's just going
And
to mold
to make
and
it activate to seal, you
Mhm.
just keep holding it around whatever you're putting it around with your hand, and the warmth of your hand will seal it. Then they are reusable.
I love that.
And you can keep them in the fridge.
That is
So there's
cool.
2 items for you that you can get.
2 items that actually don't just affect one thing, but many others.
They have a
Water that
cascading
you use.
effect.
Yeah.
And then their other thing in this kit that I didn't grab, but they have also these
Those are awesome.
really stretchy, thin silicone tops that for different sizes to go on
Different.
whatever. Like you've cooked a pot of, like I baked a thing of, because I got an air fryer, so I've been having a lot of fun trying
You got
stuff
to
out.
tell
I
me
made
about
chicken and dumplings, right? I cooked
Well,
it in the air fryer.
I'm moving over to your house.
It was really
You can
easy to
feed me.
do. I had a bunch of canned chicken I tossed in, and with some green beans, and I made a white sauce, bechamel
Yum,
sauce,
yum. Mm-hmm.
and garlic and onion, and I tossed in some Pillsbury biscuits, and I tossed it in the air fryer for 20 minutes.
And you had a
And I had
meal.
chicken and dumplings that the dumplings were crispy on the top. It was so good.
Shoot,
It was so good. And I didn't have to do anything after that. I've been really lazy. I don't know what's going on. The energy.
Yes,
It's like it's pulsating.
I
I get
agree.
bursts of I can't sit still, and then I got to go to sleep.
Same.
And I
And
always got to go to sleep at the most inopportune times.
I hear you. It's like for me right now, it's been right after I eat dinner. I am just like good for nothing, man. I'm just like,
That's my day's done. You guys notice you don't see me much on YouTube at night. There's a reason for that. I
yeah,
don't last. I get up at 3 a.m.
yeah,
So
that
by
makes
9,
sense.
that's like midnight to me.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
long day.
yeah. Hi, Linda Sandoval.
Hello, Linda and JR. Hey, thanks for
Yes.
being here.
Good to see you too.
And
Awesome.
Swampy.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
putting away my wax paper here.
that's all right.
My literal wax. It's all beeswax.
And
And you know
beeswax
what?
smells
That
good.
supports the bees too, you guys. In case you were wondering if raiding beeswax out of a hive is a bad thing, no, it's not. Because you know what honey is? Honey is not what the bees use to survive. Honey is their added energy. It's also their insulation to keep them warm and cool.
Is it? Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I was watching a homestead YouTube video and they were had a guy on there that was a beekeeper expert. And he was talking about, well, the different products bees make. They make a product called propolis.
Yes.
Which is the glue that they hold everything in there with.
They look like golden nuggets.
Yeah, they're little, some of them even look black.
Oh, that's true. I have seen that too.
And which you can get it as a powder. And oh man, I've been using that stuff for years. I don't have allergies. I used to have hay fever really bad. And I don't have it. There's no way I could have sat with marigolds on my desk.
Really?
Yeah, before I started using the propolis. And it tastes good. You just mix it up with honey. You can mix it because it'll dissolve into honey really easy.
Oh,
and
really?
Spread it on a biscuit or whatever.
Piece of toast or something.
Yeah.
You could even pour it like on your ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
I love honey on my ice cream.
I love me ice cream. I'm bad. I can't eat very much of it, though. My body won't let me. It's weird. Animal fat doesn't sit right.
Doesn't suit your body?
Certain ones.
What about a sorbet, like a fruit ice?
Oh, yeah. I like to make sorbets.
I just got a little popsicle mold, so I got some lemons. I'm going to make me my own lemon popsicles because they were like running out. It's like, no, I want lemon. This girl, I love lemon.
Well, lemon has got to be one of the most refreshing flavors in the summertime. There's nothing better than a glass of good old-fashioned pink lemonade.
Yes. Lemonade's one of my favorites.
My mom used to make the best lemonade. Then she started buying Country Time.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, I want lemonade. I don't
Real
want
lemons, Mom.
Glorified Kool-Aid that already has too much sugar in it.
Yeah.
It's funny, she wouldn't buy the pre-sweetened Kool-Aid because it was too sweet, but she'd buy Country Time lemonade.
That has a lot of sugar in it.
I think it was the social thing of the
It was.
I remember to buy Kool-Aid that's already got the sugar in it because it's so sweet. And just think about what you'd be like now for high fructose corn syrups and everything. So
that's right. That's another thing I try to look at and not buy as much of products that contain that.
Yeah, I'm limiting my white sugar big time too because I discovered something for you fibromyalgia people out there. White sugar will cause you to go into a flare if you eat very much of it.
I believe that. What about the I use the raw sugar, turban.
I do raw sugar and
turbinado.
Cane juice sugar.
Cane juice.
Both of those.
I like that.
You hear people talking about Mexican Coca-Cola.
I love the Mexican Coca-Cola.
Cane juice instead of high fructose corn syrup. And
that's right.
Tastes like the Coca-Cola
of yesterday.
We used to get when we were little kids.
Yeah, it's true. Down at the
real Coca-Cola.
It's true. It really is. I don't know. We have in places in states that have a high concentration of people coming up from Mexico and Latin America, like Katie's state and my state of California.
Yeah.
We get more of the benefit from from their culture because, like, one of the
Oh,
things that's very popular here is the Mexican.
horchata.
Oh God, I love it.
How did I figure that one out? That's just sweet rice milk. Oh man, it's good
Oh,
though.
but it's
Sweet
so comforting in the
vanilla, and
fog
it's
here.
natural vanilla from vanilla beans. I mean,
Mhm.
Mexican.
It's
That
not overly sweet. It's just perfect.
my mom, we would get excited when people would come to visit because that would mean we get to go take them to Mexico. We'd go down to Nogales and then we'd go buy a bunch of vanilla because
Oh,
natural
really?
vanilla is really cheap down there compared to up here.
Yes.
And you get it in a fifth alcohol. I mean, because they're making it,
Mhm.
so it's alcohol fifth size. 750 milliliter of vanilla.
And
That'll last you
and
years.
jeez, that is so cool. That's neat, and I didn't even think about that.
There's so many good reasons to have that border more open. I'm
I
sorry.
agree. There's it.
Chocolate. We wouldn't even have chocolate or tomatoes or potatoes
That's right.
or
Potatoes,
onions.
people. You meat and potatoes, folks. You can thank the Peruvians and other people.
Yeah. You meat and potatoes, folks who want to shut the border down.
Be
You
thankful.
wouldn't have that stuff that sustains you, like the
Mm.
beef cattle.
And you probably wouldn't have a lot of the fruit and veg on your table if you eat that because
That's what's
the
grown.
immigrant workers.
I've either picked it or it came up here.
Yep.
We don't get to eat American fruits and vegetables here in Tucson anyway. But it's only 91 miles to Mexico. So we mainly get Mexican. Mexican avocados are terrific.
Oh God, they are.
They're huge. The big old Haas avocado. You guys ever seen an avocado that big? I mean, it's. I'm looking down here on my table of my rocks to see if there's something anywhere near
that
the
you
size.
could show the size of. Lion's Magnus milk recall. Marie Henson is saying.
Oh, really?
So, folks, beware if you have that milk.
That brand of milk.
Please don't drink it.
Oh, Nancy Jean was with Danny. Danny was going to be on my Lightworkers Roundtable next week, but he asked me if he could reschedule. He's so cute. He asked me if he could reschedule because he needs to go out of town. He's just been too hot.
Bless. He's in Central. He's south of
me.
me. He's south of me.
So
He's in Central California coast.
Yeah, my brother lives in Salinas.
Oh, well, he's closer to my end.
Yep. Yeah,
across the bay.
Danny's like, but my brother used to live in Paso Robles.
Ah.
He used to own his own business down there. So I've been to Morro Bay a million times.
I've never been down that way. I'd
that's
love
where
to.
Danny is. He's in Morro Bay.
That's right. He's in
beautiful place.
Wow.
Yeah, big avocados in Key West.
Key West. Yep. My sis-in-law lives there with her family. And yes. Hi, Kathy.
When I was in 85, I went on a Caribbean cruise and we went to Jamaica. And we went on this river raft trip on the Port Antonio River.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Oh, it was really cool. I had this Jamaican man with a pole pulling me along. I'm sitting in a little seat behind him, my roommate and I. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And, we're asking him questions and talking to him. He worked once a week. That was his job. Was taking people from cruise ships down the river. And as you're going along, you see how pothos plants, those variegated things, they don't grow in dirt. They're like a orchid or a bromeliad. They're a epiphyte. They grow up in the branches.
Right. And I love orchids. That's the one thing that I really seem to do well with. I've got a number of orchids here in my house. I love them.
Yes, I used to collect them. They love the monsoon here. When it's monsoon season, I just put them outside.
And they're like, yeah,
that warm tropical rain, and just like suck that up. And then you bring them inside, and then they get the cool air from the air conditioning in the fall. Because our fall still, we're still using our air conditioning until September 30th.
Yeah. How hot does it stay until late September? roughly where
I
you're at?
got married on the 23rd of September, and it was 105 on my wedding day. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
All the way around. Oh my gosh. And we stayed married for 10 years, which is the biggest miracle of all.
That's a long time. That's a long
Yeah,
time.
those cross avocados. I was going to show you the top of the sculpture, but they're even bigger than that. That's a normal avocado size.
Yeah, I was gonna say that even
The
looks
Haas
like a
ones
bit
are
of a
like,
bottom of an avocado.
well, they're like a grapefruit almost.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of more round than they are that pear shape. So, anybody, you guys, also we're open for questions. You have a question about weather, Gaia, you know?
Yep.
That's what we're doing. We're reading on the earth today and taking care of her.
Letting her speak. So she's, you know, asking us to make conscious changes and be aware and be accountable.
Stony, August 8th here. It was way hot. I wore shorts with my tuxedo.
That's fancy.
And you would. And that was to finish your cement patio you were working on, I believe, right around the 8th of August, as I recall. He made his wife, the warden, the most beautiful patio.
Good on you. Keep the wife happy.
Hey, he loves her.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hey, Tracy Ralph. Tracy's going to be on Lightworkers Roundtable too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what I just got? Because I was just talking, asking Earth Mother.
Yeah.
She shows me containers.
Oh my word. You know, that's something I'm wondering about is all the ships that get caught in cyclones and hurricanes that are loaded, stacked with those container things that are high, that are all in the ocean.
Yep.
And it takes forever for those things to deteriorate, right? That's why people make houses out of them.
That's true. Also, the containers that we use.
Yeah.
I was just thinking too, the plastic being, I like to use ceramic as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
me too.
Dizzle has a question.
I keep my butter in a ceramic butter keeper.
It's I've got one as well. It looks like
water in one half and butter in the other half. And
that's right.
It keeps your butter cool out on the counter.
Yeah, so it's soft when you put it on your toast, but it's not rancid.
It's the way pioneers and those guys used to keep butter.
It's European way too, and you'll still find that in some places there. The other card I'm pulling for her is heart chakra, so she would appreciate it if we would, I think, look at, as you were saying, like what kind of containers we use, just anything, and also perhaps how much we're buying.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
New Styles, Deanne, Shield Maiden. You guys know her. Was in Walmart the other day. She was telling us, we all kind of hang out together. She was telling us that, oh my God, they're all bell bottoms and they're all avocado green and harvest gold. Okay, go to Goodwill and buy the real shit from the 60s. Don't buy that new crap that came from Indonesia, Thailand, and China. That stuff that's in Goodwill from the 60s, the reason it's still in there is because it's American made.
And its seams are going to hold up.
Exactly. And they've probably been sold in Goodwill at least once every generation since the 1960s.
It's true.
70s.
And you know what? If you have mobility issues like myself and you can't just get around to all these places, Etsy, another wonderful resource, sells a lot of these secondhand clothing that are from the 60s and whatnot. And it's,
There's
so
also
that's another way.
Poshmark, if you are really
is good.
into really designer stuff. That's a good place to go. There's another one. My cousins use it. And I couldn't believe the cute clothes and stuff you could put together there.
Hmm.
Oh, what is it? And it's Goodwill clothes. It's not like
Mhm.
anything super expensive, or I mean, like you could put a whole outfit together for way under $20.
That's what we should be doing. I
And
think she's asking us to definitely recycle, be mindful. Um,
yeah, and when we manufacture things, manufacture them to be repaired, not thrown away.
yeah, this throwaway culture of creating things so that they'll break, so they can make more money again.
Yep. I mean, I have my dad's and my grandfather's electric tools. I'm buying new ones. Why? Those,
If you take care of
man,
them, they
man,
were made well.
yeah. And
It's
you
just
know what? You might
true.
have to replace a gasket or a spring, or and I can usually see that. You open it up and oh, look, that's broken.
Well, in England, they used to like up into the 60s and 70s, there would be, my husband was telling me because he's English, but there would be someone that would come around that would go down the streets and they would mend your pots and things like that.
Yes.
Um, so people didn't just throw stuff out. And
Hey,
I think we need to go back to that. And
um,
the bell bottoms, yeah. You know what? I just showed KD. I'm wearing a
yes,
pair of very 70s flare pants. They're really cool.
I have a sheet that I have been using forever and ever because we get about 2-3 weeks of frost where you have to cover stuff up.
Oh yes.
And I have a sheet that's from the 1960s from my mom and dad used to sleep in twin beds. It's
Mhm.
avocado green background and it's the daisies, the white daisies. They were
Oh, I love it.
everywhere.
I love
I
daisies.
mean,
I
more
love
than
that
in your
60s
hair. And
daisies.
yes. I mean, somebody says 1960s. I think daisy.
I do too. I think flower power. I love all of
Exactly.
that
And I think of
psychedelia.
the Summer of Love. Golden
That's
Gate
the year I
Park
was
with the woman, the hippie girl putting the daisy in the National Guardsman's rifle.
rifle. Yes.
That when someone says 1960s, that's what I see.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's
Not the
very iconic.
spacewalk, none of that is this hippie girl walking up because Kent State had already
Kent
happened.
State
National Guard had killed 4 unarmed students
that were on the
at
campus.
Kent State, Ohio University,
Remember
and they
Four
were
Dead
all
in
running for cover.
Ohio? Four Dead in
Crazy.
Ohio. That
Yeah.
song.
So mass shootings, they're nothing new. The first mass
That
shooting that I
was
can remember
that was by
was
the government.
The Texas Tower. And that was like
Yes, 1962,
1960. Yeah, I was gonna say 62, 63.
but I might not be right.
So and that was one guy.
Yep.
And the cops couldn't figure out how to stop him because you couldn't get up to him without him shooting you. He was
That's right.
way up in a clock tower.
He had the drop
There's
on everyone.
Nikki. Stony, there's Nikki. Now where's Stony?
I
Yeah,
get my
Austin,
boots
Texas, Marie.
resold here in Texas. Yep. Screw $300 per new pair. Yeah, I hear you. And if you
Hey,
can get to them rehealed, like you said,
well,
you
and you
can.
should, especially, if you guys are like hooked on flip flops and Crocs and Birkenstocks, hate to tell you this, all 3 of those shoes are very bad for you. All 3 of those shoes have an sole on them that is made out of petroleum.
Mm.
Think about it. Put the flip flop,
Unfortunately, it's
that
about the.
spongy sole. You know what that does? That blocks that is blocking the magnetic force from going into your feet. So you wonder why we have health issues? We are literally disconnected from Gaia because of the
true.
shoes on our feet. So if you can, go barefooted as much as you can. I'm serious. I have very flat feet, so shoes make my feet hurt.
Same.
So
I've got a problematic foot after a surgery. They messed up the limbs, and so it swells. And actually, Crocs are about the only thing I can get on my feet.
yeah.
Especially on this one foot. But most of the time, I'm wheeling around in my wheelchair with my socks on.
Yeah. Why not? It's funny. I had a cousin that had cerebral palsy. She never walked ever in her
I
life.
wear
That
Crocs.
woman had the biggest collection of shoes because her shoes never wore out.
Yep, that's right.
She had the shoes from every decade. I mean, she was like almost 80 when she finally passed away because she wasn't supposed to live. I say finally because she wasn't supposed to live past 30. And she lived
Holy
into close
smokes.
to 80. Yeah, she was
50
ornery.
years over what they
She was
no.
really an ornery lady, and she had a really good doctor. So
So she lived a long time.
she also didn't get rid of any clothes she ever bought either. She had 3 closets full, so packed full of clothes you couldn't put your hand in between
That's
the
too
coat
much.
hangers to put another one in there. And you could not get her to give one away. And if you snuck one to, like, her mom would like try to sneak them out to get rid of them to make room for more, and she'd know that it was gone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She was addicted to clothes and shoes.
Mm.
She's funny. But
Everyone's got something. I suppose that's probably one of the least. Yeah,
I
same. I can't.
I got down to $40 for the rest of the month. Last week, well, Monday I was down to $40 for the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 2 decks of cards.
Yeah, that sounds about like me.
Oh, cool! I still got $40. I have money left though.
Oh, this is great. Stony Baker is eating a huge chunk of cheddar, and
he's never going to
poop again. Is that what? Does it block you up? You need to eat some fiber then.
It has the opposite effect on me. If I eat too much animal fat, I
get the squirts.
Clean. You don't want me to fart around you if I've been eating like a cheeseburger, a bacon double cheeseburger. You don't want me to fart around you.
Oh no! Luckily,
because all 3 of those things, my tummy goes, "What are you doing?" So then I'll add insult to injury, get French fries and a milkshake.
Top that off.
Hey, if I'm gonna like piss it off, I might as well do it, and then I gets rid of my craving. I won't go back for maybe a month or so. And, Uber Eats is good.
It is good. But
I don't order hot dogs or hamburgers and French fries from delivery.
You make that home.
They come back cold and soggy and gross.
They don't travel well.
No.
We always order something that will travel well and reheat well.
Yeah, I do mainly like sandwiches, firehouse sandwiches. Yeah, those are good.
We used to have one of those.
Cheesesteaks, stuff like that.
Sounds good. Oh, and
our Mexican food.
Yes, you do. You all have really good food in Arizona.
Oh, we've got Mexican food on fast food Mexican food every other corner. Los Betos and Filbertos.
Oh,
They're brothers. They're brothers. They bought up all the Wendy's in town except for 1 or 2 and turned them all into their Mexican food restaurants. But they're homemade Mexican food, not Taco Time or Taco Bell. Excuse me, Taco Bell. It's good stuff. I mean, homemade salsa fresca and carne asada and carne seca. That kind of Mexican food. And
I love the agua frescas. Those are so good, like watermelon agua fresca. Isn't that there's the Spanish word for it. I'm blanking on it.
You did 35 minutes on your nude bike? Nude bike.
I'm nude on my bike.
Friend, I love you. How are you doing? That's great. 2 different times. Whoa, that's 70 minutes. Good girl.
Good job.
Wow. Does your bike have like a setting where you can set it to do random? So it's like going uphill and downhill? Because that's what
where you can change the gears.
Well, no, yeah, you just set it. Nowadays, life cycles are wonderful. You just set random pattern and how many minutes you want to go, and then you just pedal as fast as you can, and it'll go up really steep hills, and then you can't pedal hardly. And oh, what a workout! I used to do that for 45 minutes. And then get off of it, and my knees would just go
wobble.
I can't stand up.
That's funny.
Yeah, Firehouse. They're so good. And I like them too because they're all firemen. They're all owned by firemen.
Yeah, I know that they had some
And there's a
here
first
along the
responder
peninsula
that
in Northern
never
California.
runs away or never stands around and says, "Well, is it safe to go in? What should we do?" Only if there's a shooting going on and the police say the fire department can't go in is the only time they don't go running.
They are amazing. I have ultimate respect for them.
My ex,
My husband's one of his uncles used to be a fireman,
cool.
and he stepped away from it after. Unfortunately, there was a case where children, there was a fire, and that was too
Yeah,
hard.
that's horrific. My
Yeah.
ex brother-in-law was captain in the Tucson Fire Department. Ended up teaching how to drive the truck and read the gauges and all that stuff out at the academy. So he was a captain with getting captain's wages without all the captain's responsibility of having a fire station to be responsible for. So
Ooh.
yeah, he loved his job.
It's good, and they do so much. I mean,
Yeah,
here, and I think most places in the United States, if you run into like a medical emergency and you call 911, they're the first ones that come.
absolutely. When I was going through cancer and I was hospitalized 3 times during chemo. I had chemo for 4 months and I was
Oh,
hospitalized
doll.
3 times. And yeah, between my mom, my elderly mother, and me with my cancer, the
Jeez.
firemen from my neighborhood know me. They know us
No.
real well. So I mean, they were coming all the time. They were here all the time.
They do, but there's lovely. They get to know you.
They do, and they're wonderful. And I actually got to ride in the fire truck once.
You lucky dog.
Yeah, no, which is they all could have gotten fired for doing that, but I won't say what station it was and where they were taking me. Their
And
ambulance, the
it was a
ambulance
long time
got
ago.
called to a car accident, and the car accident was more serious than my panic attack. So the captain of the fire department says, You've calmed down a lot since we got here. And I'm going, yeah, look at what's standing in my room, in my
Yeah,
house.
you're distracting me in a wonderful way.
Yeah, I'm not as calm as you think I am.
If you only knew my
Anyway,
heart right now.
he's going, you calmed down a lot since we first got here. He says, and they've got to go. He says, so I'm
You're like,
releasing
no.
them. He says, if you still want to go, we'll take you, but we didn't take you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hint, hint, wink,
And
wink.
I'm like, I'm afraid because of my mom. I'm taking care of my mom. And if this heart doesn't slow down and calm down, am I going to have a heart attack? And then
Because it
she's
feels
helpless.
horrible if you have
Yeah, and then
never had
she's
this.
helpless. And so I went to the hospital
Oh.
because of my mom.
Yeah.
And they took me in the fire truck. Boy, oh boy, was that fun. Man, can you really see?
That would be cool. I mean, not too cool to go to the hospital.
Yeah, they let me off a block before the emergency room. So I had to walk that
one block.
that last block so that they wouldn't get fired. Well, that was pretty cool. But that's only because they had come so many times.
Yeah.
From 2008 to 2010. Oh my Lord, I had 6 surgeries. My kidneys failed. I
I'm
am
just glad you're
so
here.
glad that's in the past.
I
And
am so glad it is.
healed myself. Now that sounds really arrogant, doesn't it?
No, I
But
understand what you're meaning.
you
Because
can be
sometimes they can't help you, and it is really up to you to figure out something to help yourself.
exactly.
And I've had to
Well,
do that, so I feel it.
I was really blessed that I had a doctor, a physiatrist,
Mhm.
doctor of physical motion, who helped me get diagnosed with fibromyalgia in the first place. And he told me because he also did seminars and weekends and stuff to help people learn about fibromyalgia. And the first thing he always started his seminar first speech was, you all have fibromyalgia, but fibromyalgia does not have you.
Ooh,
And
I
he says,
like
by
that.
the time you leave here this weekend, you will believe that. And yeah, he was a really good doctor, really good doctor. Helped me so much. And he was the first time I heard about leaky gut syndrome.
Oh, yes,
He
yes,
had an
yes.
intestinal specialist come, and he did this every Saturday. It was a, Come and
kind
learn
of
more about your
he's
illness. Come and learn
because
more.
as he's learning stuff as a doctor, that's really cool. Then he's sharing it with people so they can help themselves be more
Exactly.
proactive.
And the thing is, he was not an American doctor. He was from Colombia. And when the Medellin cartel fell, he went home. So he's no longer here. But
Oh,
they got an excellent doctor now.
that's good. They need
And
it
the
there.
doctor that did my surgery for my herniated disc,
Yeah,
he was also a neurologist from Colombia. And
interesting.
he went home.
It's a beautiful country. My
Oh, I'd
nephew
love to visit it.
from Catalonia did some traveling to Central, I think, in South America, and that was, I think, one of the places he did stay for a little while. And he ended up getting stuck in, where was that, Benny? Costa Rica? Colombia. He got stuck in Colombia during the COVID, when COVID hit, because he
Oh,
was traveling.
whoa.
So he was living out in the forest, had a little area. So it was, oh God, it was beautiful, you guys.
Probably
But
safer than anybody else on the face of the earth out there.
pretty much, because he did get back home. But Stoney was saying that he got MRSA, or
Yeah, Stoney almost died from MRSA. He got it in his knees.
oh God.
Well, we've almost lost Stoney twice since I've known Stoney.
Yeah, he says almost literally died twice in 2015. I'm on borrowed time.
Yeah, and then last year, the year before, his liver or kidney quit working. Scared us all to death. He went into a coma.
Oh wow.
And then came back out of it in another couple days. I think what happened was he realized he needed to get high again. He needed to get stoned again. So it's like, wait, I can't grab it. Where is it? I can't grab it from here.
Where's my joint?
Where else? Yeah. Can't do a yoga bong from here.
That's hysterical. Sherry's saying my surgeon who did my cervical fusion in Phoenix was from China.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I have a cervical fusion too. C5 and C6 are fused with a lovely little piece of titanium and cadaver bone.
I've got my fusion
Car wreck.
is lower, same from the car wreck that put me in the wheelchair permanently.
Yeah.
But I too have a piece of what, titanium or whatever, steel in my lower back with 2 screws to hold my lower back straight.
To hold you up?
Yeah, to hold me up.
Yeah.
And they took bone, they took shavings off the back of my left hip and used that on my back.
Wow.
Yeah, I still get a lot of aches and pains from that area where they shave the bone.
That's like having a broken bone when they shave from your hip. That's, they tell people I want to discourage anybody because I totally believe in going and getting your bone marrow tested for bone marrow donor.
Oh,
but
that's
I
a good idea.
want to warn you that when you do donate the bone marrow, it is not a fun procedure. It's very painful, but you're saving someone's life. So
you'll get over it. It's temporary pain. I mean,
it'll quit. And
exactly.
that person gets to live. So, hey, what's a little pain?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Swampy. Good to see you. I was just telling Maya that you and Foggy Ozark were hanging out with me over in Stoney the other day. It's fun. It's fun. I love it when my worlds collide. It's great.
Yes. And oh, this is funny. My girlfriend in San Antonio has titanium thighs.
Ooh. Ooh, Marie.
Okay.
I seem to recall, do you guys remember Divine?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. In the movie when she would, I killed another one.
Divine was hysterical.
They're wrong.
I should watch some of those old films that she did. Those are so funny.
Oh God, they were so funny, and they're so out of taste now. People will be so pissed off now. Although hey Dizzle, the drag queens that I know still love those old movies. So
those were funny.
Oh, they were hilarious. They were great. Those were fun times, actually. it was a weird time because I'm going from the free love 60s, 70s, you know, when I'm discovering sex and all that.
Mhm.
And then wham, 1983 hits and ooh, don't let nobody touch you because AIDS hits.
Yep, that's right. All that
That's the first time my world went whew. That's happened several times. The most recent time was when the Orange Menace was elected.
yeah. Oh, this is interesting.
Yes.
Stony Baker
Hey,
says that, hey Deanne, how you doing? Says his girlfriend has fake boobs and that they're always cold.
really?
Now I don't know if he's having a laugh.
I had a girlfriend and her boobs were always cold. That's Stony. That's cold boobs is weird. That is weird.
That is weird.
It shouldn't be. I has fake boobs.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because I know
to you. They're nice and warm.
Keeping him warm.
Well, you know, it was either that or I look like a boy. You have
no, I would do what you did.
Kinda, you don't have a whole lot of choice.
Well, no, I would do the same.
You can keep your boobs and die. Or they can
which is not worth it.
And you go, woohoo, no more backache. No more bra.
Yep.
So, yeah. I get a backache, but it's from the
implants.
Actually, no. I get backache from the arachnoiditis that I have in my back. It's
I'm sorry.
From a spinal tap.
Oh God.
Yeah,
you did say. I do remember.
Sheath around your heart, around your. You have a sheath around your spinal cord.
Right.
It has blood vessels in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes when it can get disrupted, surgeries, that kind of thing, it'll flare up and get really inflamed. And as a lot of things that are in a constant state of inflammation, they'll start making its own blood supply. Well, it makes hair, smaller than a human hair size blood vessels around that sheath.
Ooh.
And they're kind of like a spider web. So it's called arachnoiditis. So everybody's, well, you got a spider in your back? No, I got the web. But when that is inflamed, my back, if I bend over, I'm bent over. It won't come back up. It doesn't stretch. It doesn't give. It'll pull one leg an inch shorter than the other. So,
ow.
I don't lift things. I don't.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
I'm real careful. That bothers me more than fibromyalgia ever did.
That's interesting. But I'm sorry.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry. You know what? Right now, everybody sucks for homeless people because there's so many. There's so many.
There are.
You ought to see what the overpasses, underpasses, and bridges and shit are like around here.
It's bad.
9 months really out of the year. Usually, people of Cincinnati, St. Louis, Chicago, they used to ship us their homeless in the winter.
Mm-hmm. How thoughtful.
It's warm here, and they don't have to worry about keeping them warm up there. Kind of fair, huh?
Kind of shite.
Yeah. So we have a lot of
really
people here. But
America only caters to the wealthy.
We're not even 8 hours from Death Valley. So you have the full gamut from van lifers to
we've got a lot of them here too.
Stinking really rich.
Because we have a very temperate climate for the most part, though we're colder than you. We get the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're homeless, it's far easier to live, as you can imagine, in a more temperate area.
Yeah.
Than, let's say, enduring New York's cold winter.
Yeah. The problem here is this time of year, they are in what we call washes. The rest of the world calls those ditches and gullies. It's a wash because the only time they have water in them is when it rains, and water literally washes through.
Right.
And you're dead if you're in there.
Yeah, it's flash flood area.
All right, it's horrible. So
you do not want to be that.
Yeah, Death Valley flooded. Can you imagine? Death Valley, hottest place on the earth, many, 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 many times over. There's a place there that they call the entrance to hell because
I
myth,
went through that as a kid.
127 to 130, they're more than it's not.
I went through that through Death Valley. I remember in my parents' 1971 VW van with the little
Hey,
hippie curtains, and it was hotter than the dickens. And I just remember I was probably about 2 because I was born 1968. And
great year.
yes, it was great music too. And I just remember my memory from going through that was just continually asking my mom for the canteen bottle of water because it was so, and because there was no there was no AC in that VW bug, not bug van. We
Yeah.
also had a VW bug at one point, but anyways, it was just hotter than you can not believe.
Yes, yes, yes. We came down here on vacation one time in a 1966 red Mustang with black interior. Now, no such
Oh
thing as
no.
air conditioning in cars that old. My mother and I, we got to Phoenix, and my mom and I were literally so sick. We had wet towels hanging in the windows so that air would flow through. I mean, I was
Yep.
running a fever because my body wouldn't cool down.
Oh
Um,
no.
and
You
then we
can
would
have a
get to my
seizure.
mom's best friend's house, and she'd have the air conditioner cranking because she knew we'd be all hot when we got there. And I would wake up the next morning with a sore throat and the flu.
Yep. That's what used to happen to me. I got pleurisy from an air conditioner
Oh
in
my
Missouri.
goodness!
It hurt.
Yes,
It's like
yeah.
having a cold in your lungs.
My dad got Bell's palsy from an air conditioner blowing on his face.
Oh God. Air conditioners are not, I just
I
don't
don't
think they're
like them. I
uh-uh.
tried not to run mine. This is another thing that makes it hard for my grow room, but I run it like crazy at night because I need it cold to sleep. During the day, clothing is optional, so you know what I mean. But at nighttime, I got to be able to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like
Yeah.
laying and sweating all night. So
Same.
I
As much as
have
I do it because of my
one.
stupid menopause.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been through that. I'm so glad that's over.
I can't wait for that to be over.
Oh, they got mine over with in just a couple months, really quick. They removed my ovaries and fallopian tubes. And my body went, oh, hello, and went, oh, hanging out with my head in the freezer. And just
Yep.
a couple months, and then it was gone as quick as it started.
God. Mine's been going on for over a year. I think it's
But it
just
was
going
the
to
estrogen that caused my breast cancer. So that's why they removed them.
I got that. I can understand that.
Yeah.
That would have
And
to
it
go.
was from too many birth control pills for too many years.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not supposed to take them longer than 10 years in a row. You're supposed to go off of them for a while. And
I
I
think.
took them for 20 years, never stopped.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, the first time you drove from Phoenix to Louisiana and back,
Menopause is real.
I got heat stroke on the way back. It
Oh,
was so hot. Heat stroke will put you in the hospital
yes, it will.
really
Yes, it
fast
will
before you
make
even
you
know what's
sick.
happening. That's the problem here. People will come to visit because they want to come here in the wintertime and they think I can hang out at the pool, I can drink cocktails and just enjoy myself. Oh, it's so wonderful. And they get here and they drink their cocktails and they fall asleep and they cook
Oh,
in
no.
the sun. They die in the sun.
They literally would bake to death.
They'll die really fast, even in the winter. So it was 80. Our average temperature is right around 80 in the winter. So
But, if the thing is that, is it a dry heat?
in the winter, yeah,
That I think dry heat, from what I've felt like from where I grew up in
it'll
Missouri, where
take
we had
you
crazy
out.
humidity, it fools you. It fools you. Because it's
Yeah.
drier, you don't realize that your body is still, uh, it's it's drawing out all your moisture, and you need to stay
You'll
hydrated.
feel it like
You
in your
don't feel
skin
it.
and your face. It'll
Yeah.
start to draw.
Mhm.
Think about what if it's doing that to your face, what is it doing to your lungs that you're breathing and all that. So yeah, it's very important to stay hydrated. That's why a lot of people here use evaporative coolers when it's the dry heat season.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it puts moisture in the air.
That would make total
And they
sense.
don't like right now, last thing on earth you want is an evaporative cooler. All it's really good at doing is making your glasses sweat a lot and drip all over. It doesn't cool off anything at all. It makes it
Just
hotter.
makes it damp.
It makes it, yeah, you can bring stuff out. This time of year, black mold shows up in less than 24 hours.
Damn.
Because it's so warm. At night
So
too.
conducive to creating the bacteria.
Yep.
Oh,
So
shit.
when I'm growing my buds on the marijuana plants, I got to be careful, because if it's too humid in there, I will get powdery mildew.
Yes, you will.
Really
Yes,
quickly.
you will. Very quickly. I had it.
And so I very seldom add any humidity in there. Well, you water the plant, it drips out the bottom of the plant. So, but yeah, I got it. And I just went through from April till just recently. I haven't been able to get anything started really to grow because it's been too hot and humid. Because we've been getting so much rain.
Oh,
everything gets about this tall, and then
Mhm.
it either stops growing completely or it just shrivels up and dies.
That's
Yeah.
annoying.
Harley tried to help me, and
Mhm.
no.
Peak.
What we did just made it worse.
Oh,
So
no.
it's crazy. It's interesting to figure out. So when people, you guys in here, ask me to help you learn how to grow marijuana, and I say, well, there's marijuana growers in the chat that can teach you more than I can, it's because chances are what I know you can't use, because I live in Tucson, Arizona.
Yep. And it all depends
It's
on
real weird.
your area.
It really does.
Even if you're growing inside, I suppose, too.
Absolutely. Because that's what I'm doing. And most people will have their lights come on at night and be off during the day to kind of help regulate stuff. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't sleep at night if those lights are on, because those lights make that room on average 85 degrees. And that's my bathroom to my bedroom is where I grow. So
when you need to tiptoe to the tulips,
I go to the other bathroom. This one's all
good.
mylar'd in. Yeah,
you got another one. I was going to say that must be fun.
Yeah, I have another bathroom, and that's why I did it. It was like, what do I need? It's just me here. What do I need two bathrooms?
I would do that. Yeah,
and they're
that's
both
ideal.
They're both the same distance away from my bed.
Perfect.
My house is only 1,100 square feet. It's a little tiny thing.
But that's all right. You know, it's just
That's
you.
perfect.
Yeah, you don't want a great big place.
No, I got a big Arizona room that used to be the patio, and my dad closed it all in. It's giant windows, great big giant windows.
Now that's nice.
That's where I usually paint. That's my art room.
You got a lot of natural light there, then you can use.
Yeah, it faces the north too, so it's always cool in that room.
I love that's great. Stoney's talking about a pregnant hooker is a beast.
It is. I love me pregnant hooker. But I'm almost out. Can you believe it? I have smoked that, almost all of that. I've kind of liked it. I think I need to grow another
kind of good. Do you have the seeds?
I'm growing purple anaconda. Oh yeah, I got 3 more seeds. I'm growing purple anaconda.
Ooh! Tell us about that.
Well, that one's an experiment. That one I don't even know what I'm going to get. None of us know, because it's a cross between an autoflower and a photo, which is the regular, feminized or regular, whatever, normal growing cycle marijuana. Autoflowers have a much faster growing cycle.
Tell us about that, because I'm not aware of autoflowers, so this is really interesting.
Autoflowers don't make quite as big of a plant.
Interesting.
So sometimes they don't have a very big yield. I've never really grown an autoflower, so this is why it's a fun test.
Yeah.
Harley crossed a regular plant with an autoflower plant, and so that's why I say we don't know what we're getting. We're hoping to get a female plant that produces like a regular plant, but grows fast like an autoflower.
Ooh! Oh God,
that's what we're trying to get.
Yeah, I can. Keep us posted, because that sounds really interesting. And Stoney saying, Katie, IG me if you ever need anything, my girl.
Oh, I love you, Stoney, and I would too. That's how Stoney and I got talking about how to grow. was because one time I was in somebody else's chat and they were like, "Oh, what you smoking?" And I was like, "Nothing." And everybody's like, "What? No way!" And he's like, "What's your address?"
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet, Stony.
So,
You
and
good.
absolutely, and that's how come I knew I wanted to grow pregnant hooker, because that's what he sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was some of the best stuff I've ever done, ever smoked. And I've smoked Panama Red, Maui Wowie.
Yeah, Maui
Real,
Wowie is really good.
I mean Maui Wowie from Maui, not
Yeah, same here.
not
I
dispensary Maui Wowie.
That's right. I went to when I was 18, which was a long time ago, folks.
Panama
But
Red.
I went to Maui and
Yeah.
I connected with somebody there, a really nice lady, and she got me some, and it was like, oh. I went back to my room at where I was staying, and I just enjoyed the rest of my evening. Let me just put it that way.
Yes,
Very nice.
absolutely. It's yeah. So that's the other thing about Gaia. You guys, she's provided, we don't need pharma and all that stupid synthetic medication. You know how long they've been trying to synthetically create THC?
Long time.
They can't get it to work. You know why? Because it
Why?
needs all the other 419 compounds to go with it to work properly. They can't separate out it from 100% this and 100% that, because you get CBD, but CBD is going to have CBGs, all these other delta 8,
Terpenes
delta
and
9,
things,
all
right?
are in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you can't do like they did with valerian root and slippery elm and white
It doesn't quite
willow
work
bark.
that way.
White willow bark is aspirin, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
If aspirin makes your stomach
Bleed?
have issues, use white willow bark tincture. It helps. It's not as bad.
Would it give you the problem with the bleeding in the stomach?
Yeah, it's
because it's still gonna,
property of
that compound goes, okay, I got
it's
it.
part of reducing inflammation. It opens up your blood vessels, so it just makes it easier for you to bleed. But the other thing, I'm trying to think what else is another good one like that. There's so many that you don't need to do. Valerian root is Valium.
Yes, right. It doesn't smell the best.
I was going to say, only thing I have against valerian root that I have is it smells like a damn cow pie.
It's got a stinky.
It smells like a compost pile.
Yeah.
And I've made it into teas and drink that tea down. It's like this. Oh, and if you take the calcium, I had a curandero. That is a Mexican
healer, right?
Shaman or medicine woman. Tell me that if you want something like the Celestial Seasons tension tamer teas or those kind of things to work a little quicker for you, maybe a little deeper for you, take a calcium pill just before you drink the tea.
It helps you to
it helps synergy. With the absorption. It's something about the absorption.
It's like the same thing with iron. When you take iron, take vitamin C with it.
Oh, really?
Yes. It helps your body to those two things synergize or whatever. I can't think of the right word, but there's a certain word, but you know what I mean. It's a catalyst or something. It helps the other one.
They work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm not using the right words right now.
No, and the word's not in my head, right? I mean, it's on the tip
it's taking a vacation.
And the more I try to grab it, it keeps running back down my throat.
Exactly.
Not gonna catch me. That's okay. I put a while ago, I put 3 words together into one word when I was talking to the water company. I have a water leak that caused me to have a really high electric bill or water bill, and they're being really cool about it. So
good. I'm glad.
I got a really nice lady, and I said 3 words all at the same time as one word, and she just busted up laughing. She's like, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, but that was funny." And I'm like, I have fibromyalgia. I do that all the time. I did it in a card review video, and instead of cutting it out, hell no, that's me.
Just leave it.
Enough. I'm not that kind of an editor anyway, where I scrutinize every little thing. Oh, I don't like the shading and the color, and I'm not.
It takes so much time as it is. If I did that, be ridiculous, and it's just not. It's real life. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
You know, I love it because it's very creative. I like doing editing, but I don't want to make it. I'm a script writer, not a filmmaker. There's a difference.
That's
I'll
right.
write what you can say to be shown, but I can't help you with makeup and lighting and timing and all that stuff. The reason that's coming out in me is because I watched a Think Media video
Mhm.
earlier, and it's all about how to every video that you put out, you should try to tweak it and improve it 1%. And
That's usually what I
they give
do.
you a whole bunch of tips on what you can do to do that. So it's like, oh, that's cool. So if you want to just keep your channel on a steady growing, you gotta grow too.
That's right. And that's why it's very good to often watch your lives at least once and see with a critical eye of, oh, what can I improve on? You know,
Yeah.
what can I do?
And every video I put out, I watch at least 3 times because I got to watch it when I'm making it. And then you got
Yep,
to watch it when it uploads to make sure that it's uploaded properly.
correct.
And then when it's all done and you get all your bells and whistles put in there from,
You just want to see how it flows.
you get your 50 list, a checklist of stuff that you do to do this.
That's
And
right. I don't think
then
people
I
really
watch it
appreciate.
again and actually give it a thumbs up. So all my videos start with a thumbs up. It's me. It's like, okay, yeah, I like that. It'll go. So yeah, and it takes a long time to do all that.
It does. It does. The longest thing is for the uploading and processing.
Yes.
I was like, I hate that amount of time.
I'll watch YouTube. Actually, that's when I
I
go
do
into
too.
Canva and start creating stuff in Canva. Is when my
Same. I
stuff's uploaded.
create the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah. I got smart on my thumbnails. I have a basic template, then I just plug in names and times and dates. It makes it so much easier.
It does. You can create a template with
You know,
these
it's like
things.
the Lightworkers Roundtable always has the same background. I do give everybody a different flower,
Oh,
just because that's just me. So yeah, you know, and then like Scott, who does Mr. Athlete, right? He's going to be here tomorrow.
uh-huh.
So all the writing, the Lightworkers Roundtable, that had to be green because he's a Green Bay Packers fan. You know, so like,
Oh,
dude, I'm trying. This is your showcase, not mine. It's your showcase. So I try to make it all about them. And it's throwing them when it kind of throws people, I think, when they first come in because they think they're coming to help me grow my channel. And what I'm actually doing is helping new people. It has nothing to
introduce
do with
someone
either
new.
one of us. It's those people that are searching and looking.
Yeah.
So,
And
and then once
it's
they pick up on that, it's like, ooh, the conversation doesn't stop flowing. It's a fun show.
yes.
I am so thankful for Spirit for giving me that show because what a fun show it is. And the things I've learned, oh, I'm in no hurry to get in the 10,000s
No,
for
me neither.
subscribers.
I would like to get about 5,000. I don't like being at the spot where I'm at, and they keep me there.
I
Um,
know. I
it's kept
know.
me
You know
stuck
what, you
there.
guys? One person I need. Can I have one subscriber today, please, to get
Same.
me to 340? I'm
It's
at
just annoying
339.
when you're
I've been at 339 to 337 for 2 weeks. It goes up and down and up
same,
and
and they
down.
keep you in this weird little window, and it's like, I should have 5,000 by now.
Yeah, and don't count on your numbers until you're at least 3 over where you want to be because they'll take you down 3 or 4.
They will take you down over a week. I've had them like cut me like 10 viewers, 10 subscribers.
Ron, Unconditional Tarot, came into a chat one day and they took them all but 10.
They took all but 10?
Yeah, YouTube screwed him out of all but 10 and he fought it back and got him back, but yeah.
What did he
But
do? What I mean,
that
because
was
I
what was going on right at that time was Canada was trying to put more constraints on Canadian YouTube creators and trying to keep YouTube Canada in Canada.
ah That's so
So that
stupid.
meant if you had a bunch of international subscribers, sayonara.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah. How many of the, I mean, we've got lots of people from all over the place.
I have a lot of viewers from Canada. I have a lot, and from New York, and of course from the Midwest.
Oh, I've got Australia. I've got New Zealand. I've got
a few from Australia.
England, Germany.
And England, yes. We've got our lovely P44 Chapeau.
Yes. She was in here just a second ago.
Yeah. I was like, hey,
Hey, P44.
how you doing?
Yes. So it's fun. It's fun doing this because it's very international. You go into Stoney's chat and that you run into a lot of Aussies, a lot of Australians over there.
Huh.
He's on in the afternoon because they're all getting up. See?
That's right. He's catering to his audience.
So they're all having their coffee and we're all winding down. So we have a great time together. You just hit 278. Good for you, Sherry. And isn't this weekend your 1 year? And isn't this your anniversary, girlfriend?
Got to pop in and say hello.
Isn't that Saturday? You's having a party, y'all. She's having an anniversary. Am I?
Yeah, we're just gonna show up and crash.
Yeah, I'm gonna invade her. I promised her I'm gonna wear my kitty ears and I'll show up.
I've got some funky headwear that I can wear.
I got new kitty ears.
Yay!
I can't wait to show them.
Aussies rule. It's true. I was married in Australia. I have family there. I have family in a lot of places because
you're kind of international lady.
That at this point, yeah.
You're a citizen of the world, which is what we all should be. There's our C44.
Yeah, see, I was talking like that.
Fibromyalgia, my loves.
It's okay. We understand what you mean.
I love it.
Oh, love you, beautiful ladies.
Can you guys tell Maya and I are friends?
No.
Yeah, conversation. It's like, oh yeah, there's other people, Maya. We should talk to them too.
Oh, Stoney, you're welcome to thank you for joining my lives. For one thing, I appreciate it, and you are fine. You can make it rowdy, and if people can't take it, they can leave. I mean, you're fine.
And Stoney, you know what? Just before my live on Thursdays, she's got a true crime show that
I do. I'm going to be looking at, I still have so many choices to choose from. I've got cases that I'll be looking at tonight to see which ones, and Deanne will be joining me tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that is so cool. Sometimes I like to do it by myself, and then nothing. I would like you to come.
I was going to say, one of these days I'll just come in and I'll just go from your channel. We'll just bring everybody over to my channel.
Yeah, and then I'll just sweep over to yours. We can do that.
Because the round table starts at 5. I can make it start a half hour late.
Or I could, even with my own, I can change.
Kevin, Healing Medium, he had a birthday party he needed to go to for his nephew. So we started it a half hour early. Yeah. And it was kind of fun because I got an extra half hour to hang out with the chat.
Oh, that's cool. I'm having Kevin on, I think, September. In September. I'm looking forward to that.
He's very much the gentleman. I was very impressed. Yeah, I have everybody. I've had a blast with everybody. And I'm really looking forward to Scott tomorrow. That's going to be interesting.
That will be. And what time is that tomorrow? What time is that tomorrow for
5 o'clock?
That's right. That's right. Because yours is Thursday.
Emailing each other back and forth and teasing each other. He's funny. But Danny, oh my God, Danny made me laugh out loud. When someone wants to reschedule with you, usually you go, oh no, I'm bummed. And he had me busting up laughing. I don't know if you saw his Sundays with Spirit this last Sunday.
I didn't, but he does a great show on Sundays.
Archangel, starts with a G, and it's a difficult name. Gaia, one of those anyway. He was really bastardizing the name, really bad. And he goes, "Why can't these archangels just be like Bob?" So when he wanted to reschedule, I was like, "Well, I guess we have to ask Archangel Bob." It was like, "Oh God, when we meet, I gotta tell you the story about Bob." I'm going, oh, there's a story that goes with this.
That's so cool.
But yeah, he had me busting up. Danny Shazam. He's a delight. He's like, I'm so hard. He says, I didn't think about it when I said yes for September 1st, but that's Labor Day weekend and I'm hot. I want to go out of town. And I'm like, I don't blame you. That's fine. I could use the weekend off.
Absolutely.
So there's just not going to be a show that Thursday.
And that's all
Thursday, the
right.
1st of September, there won't be a Lightworkers Roundtable because I'm going to take it off. I'm taking a week off and working on my website.
You know, you'll come back refreshed as well.
Yeah, that's what I need more than anything. I really do. Yeah, and I'll have all kinds of, because I got a lot of inspiration when it came back after my anniversary celebration. You guys had some things you wanted to do. So I got to start planning some classes, art classes that include what materials you're going to need. And, you know, I got that stuff takes
That's neat.
a
Yes,
lot
it does. Because you got to kind of create an outline about how you're going to do the class, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And figure out, are we going to do it with Zoom? We're going to do it with StreamYard. We're going to do it as a recording. I'm thinking do the basic as a recording. And then you want to do advanced, we can do it through Patreon.
Oh, there you go. I think that's very, very sensible.
Do the basic as a freebie, as a recording, as, you know, like I have my grounding meditations. There's like 6 or 8 of those. They're only 6-minute, 8-minute long meditations. And they have a cute little video and music that go with it in case if you don't want to close your eyes, you can zone out with that. Sorry, meditation to me is zoning out.
Same.
Because I'm not anywhere in particular, but I'm everywhere all at the same time.
Very much so. Very much so. I agree.
That's the way I describe meditation. So it has nothing to do with stopping your thoughts.
No.
You don't want to stop your thoughts. If you stop your thoughts, then how do you get ideas on what you're supposed to be focusing on?
You don't want to disrupt the flow. You want the flow to flow.
You just don't dwell on them. Let them go through you.
The best thing I've ever heard was think of them like clouds. Just let them come and pass. That was one of the, and that really helped me.
Yes, because that also lightens the thought.
Yes.
Because we put so much importance on your thoughts being more important than the spoken word, and especially when you're manifesting something.
Very true.
And then I'm really good at saying, oh, angels, Control Alt Delete that, please.
Yeah.
A nasty thought. And it's like, where the hell did that come from?
That's where I get. That's what I do too. It's like, yeah, no more of that, because I'm working on trying to remove some of the old negative thought imprints from growing up that were projected onto me and stuff, you know, that don't belong to me.
And I've discovered there are certain words that go with that if I eliminate them out of my conversation, it's helping to heal that. Like, can't. Don't say you can't. Yes, you can. You're unlimited. That's stuff your parents put on you or some other authority figure put on you.
All you got to think about it, and also in the way of, look, when I want something, if somebody really wants something, y'all know they climb.
They find a way.
Exactly. So.
Exactly. So, yeah. The other one, I'm all trying to eliminate labels, period. I'm just, hope is another one I keep trying not to use, because when you say, you tell the universe, I hope I get blah, blah, blah. You know what you're telling the universe? I don't have blah, blah, blah. And you know what the universe gives you? More of not having blah, blah, blah. Because all you're doing is a useless emotion called hope.
It's better just to, that's the jump to have faith.
Exactly.
That you will receive it. And
it's trust as well.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's trusting, and you may not get it right when you want it, but trust that it'll come.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a change of perspective, and it does matter.
Gaia's got a deep message for us. She told me to get out the crystallary
oracle. Oh, let's see.
The crystallary oracle card.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, they're all about crystals.
Let's see
So,
what she has to say. Because
Gaia,
I love her crystals, and I just got more rocks.
this is my latest one. This is my latest.
Ooh.
That is azurite.
Ooh, I think I bought some of that not too long ago. Or at least I was
Got
looking at it.
that turquoisey color. It's starting to make malachite.
Oh my God. I'm trying to see where I set my stones at.
And in case you guys don't know, this is malachite. So when the two of them grow together, it's fantastic.
Oh my
They
God.
do grow together in the same matrix often.
That's so interesting. That's what I find so interesting about crystals and rocks and stones and
Hey, these two grow together
minerals.
in the same matrix too. This is
Gorge.
turquoise. This
I
ugly piece
love
of crap is copper ore. That is raw, unrefined copper, y'all.
Here's the one
I
I
have
got.
that all over in my yard. My dad used to be a copper miner.
Oh.
They got lots and lots.
I think this is this the same one? Azurite? I'm not sure. It
That
could
is
be.
light.
Yeah, this is lighter. I think this might be
Calcite. No, that's
it's a light blue, and I can't draw up the name out of my head.
I'm
Sparkly.
It's in these cards too. Oh, where's the book? Book for the cards. I'm like, I can dig through the cards, but no, I can look through the book. It starts with
Yes.
C.
It's gorgeous. I have to keep it because it can kind of break off, and it has all these little crystals. I kind of keep it tucked away. And then I got, oh yeah, like a part just came off. Here as I was trying to put it back. And then I got this. It might be that.
Chrysocolla, without water, chrysocolla is simply oxidized copper and silica. But add water and the element of both flow and emotion. Voila! Magic happens. Water is magical. If you doubt it, imagine our planet without it. Yeah,
and water holds memory.
Yep. And you'll find that ones that have the really fine crystals like that, they're growing in a lot of water.
Interesting.
And it's water that's moving. When the water is very still, that's when you get like, have you seen a documentary of the Crystal Cave where they're in Mexico?
I think I did see that.
Cave that is so deep in the ground that they can only be in there for an hour or you can die. It is so hot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we're talking quartz crystals the size of school buses.
Jeez. I have seen something on that. It's been a while, but I know I did because I remember something about that. Oh, and here's the
that could be blue lace
apatite. This is the one that I really like as well.
I love apatite. Yes.
I like the palm size because if I can hold it in my hand, it just it's just good to work with. The other one I got is
like
this big baby.
Oh yeah.
But when I'm doing, negative, like the stuff with crime and stuff like that, I really want to have something that can absorb.
Definitely. I have several. This is rhodochrosite.
Ooh, pretty.
And it's a worry stone. It's got a dip carved out of it.
So you can
put your thumb and you keep it in your pocket.
Nice.
My dad went through these things like crazy. He was a really nervous man. And he always had his thumbs. You'd always hear jingle, 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 jingle when my dad was around. It's because he was doing his worry stone. But that's the same premise of the palm stone too, you guys. You hold it in your palm to get the energy from it. This is a labradorite.
Yes, that is a beautiful piece. I've got a big chunk of natural labradorite that hasn't been cut.
Shining Hawk Healing, Tony.
Yes, she's lovely.
She goes, we were talking about stones and chakras and all that when she was on Lightworkers Roundtable, and she pulled up her labradorite exactly the same time I pulled up mine, and they were almost the same color blue. I swear they looked like they came from the same area. She's like, oh, wow. She's kind of like my shaman. When I have shaman questions, that's who I go to.
She's the lady to go to.
Yeah. And now I hope it's Danny, too, because I never miss his
Sunday morning show.
Never miss it. It's always excellent. Always sets my mind right for the week too. And I will admit, I have my Saturday solutions video I do every Saturday, and it is inspired by Danny's
That's good
Sundays with Spirit.
though,
It's to make
because
you have some inspiration to go ahead and have a good weekend. You know?
that's exactly, and more people need that than they think.
Yes.
My cards are flying everywhere. I was looking for my other stones, but they'll pop up later.
Let's see what this card is. What are you
Yes.
telling us, Gaia?
Oh, I gotta mend my.
You want me? We're talking about these beautiful rocks. I love it when Spirit has a sense of humor. Oh, I gotta put this one on the hot seat, you guys. This is funny. So, guess what the card is?
What is it?
Salt. The fundamentals of humanness. Stop and think
Ooh,
about it. Look at all.
fundamentals.
That's us. That's the sea. That's all living creatures are based on sodium. So yeah, this is the number one in this deck is
Wow,
salt,
I love
because it's
that
organized
deck.
according to hardness. And this has, grab the book right quick.
Yeah.
Isn't that a cool picture though?
I love the artwork.
Ophelia,
It
man.
resonates with me. I'd probably get the
This deck
deck.
is fantastic. And this author also has herbulary and a
Ooh.
bestialary.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sold. Take my money.
Yeah, they're beautiful cards too. They're not that expensive. The salt one.
Good. Because I'll be buying them.
I pulled a card. I pulled a card.
With your elbow.
I'm
She's
not
getting all
sweaty at
fancy on me
all.
now.
No,
I can't keep
no.
up with her.
I love it. Yeah, this is a Mohs hardness scale of 2. So it's very, very, very soft.
Extremely soft.
Before there were diamonds, emeralds, and rubies, there was salt. The ancient crystal was used as currency, building cities,
That's right. I forgot
trade
about
routes, new technologies. While you might desire moonstone or opals, only salt is so necessary that you are hardwired to crave it.
that. Ooh, wow.
Do you know the difference between what you desire and what your body is really, truly craving? Salt asks, can you put aside the glitter to feed your real hungers? Yeah. To embrace and take joy in the fundamental building blocks of humanness and happiness.
I just thought of the phrase salt of the earth.
Exactly. Exactly. All salt originally came from the sea, whether an ancient island, seabed, or the ocean itself. It calls to the sea of our blood, reminding us that without a foundation of salt, we are nothing.
That's true.
And I would have to put carbon in that too, because we're kind of basically, that's our whole basis is carbon.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Actually, that's what's supposed to be changing. We're going to be becoming crystalline. That's what the shift is bringing us. That's why you're feeling so weird sometimes.
And the body.
And you're feeling this. We are literally switching from a carbon-based life form to a crystalline-based life form.
Let's see. I think I'll use the Shaman's Dream Oracle.
I love that deck.
And see what it wants to say.
Yes. I love that deck. I use that every Saturday.
It's a nice one. I like it's just the right size, and the writing isn't too small. Thank God.
Yes.
Yes.
Like the cat tarot deck that I just used for my card of the day. I have a special pair of glasses that I have to use if I got to read that book. It's so tiny. So it's a good thing I don't mess with the book, huh?
Yeah. You'd be like, your eyes would be so tired.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That keeps doing that every morning. Keeps my writing. I have a tendency to suffer from writer's block. So if writing the card of the day every day is writing practice.
Yes, it is. It's an excellent way to kind of get a springboard idea to write from or to be inspired by. The
Mhm.
tarot, any deck, any
Any
card
deck.
can do that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Like today, it was the Sparrow, and the card was Delight, and I ended up with inspiration of Jack Sparrow.
Oh my God, that's funny. Jack
But
Sparrow's
the
friggin'
quotes from
hilarious.
Jack Sparrow were terrific. So it's like, okay. So
That's
it
nice.
brings people a giggle, and
Like card I'm getting out of this is Eyes of the Eagle rising above
oh
the
gosh,
fray. Yeah.
yes, I
Again,
love that
it's a
card.
call to consciousness and awareness and using your skills of foresight because we have them. Stop being so lazy. Use them.
Quit waiting for everybody to fix your shit.
That's right.
I heard that loud and clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take a look. Take a
Because
look.
nobody can fix it because nobody can see really what's wrong but you.
Yeah. Look in.
Oh, and it's a 9 card too.
Yes. The next card is 47. It's Skybridge, Possibility for Union.
Yes, I love that card too.
I feel like that's coming to union with Gaia, with the earth, rebuilding our, yes, and rebuilding our connection because we've kind of become separate and we need to come back.
We do. And I really think that we're going to have to do it in the collective because the physical world is just getting farther and farther more polarized.
It is. It's getting, this is supposed to be a dual world, but it's not just dual. It's becoming super negative.
It's fragmenting.
Yes.
It's
So
weird.
when we look at those two, a close look at reunion. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what else? The Eye of the Eagle is big time for me. Is clarity in making decisions.
Yes.
Because the eagle
Seeing the
does
bigger
not
picture.
hesitate.
Seeing the big. Yep.
You think
Seeing
about that.
The bigger picture.
The eagle and the hawk, both of them, they see what they're going after. The eagle is like, all feet, got it, let's go.
That's right.
Doesn't hesitate. The hawk drops out of the sky like a damn rock.
I've seen them. We've got a lot of them.
Oh, they've done it within 3 feet of me. Going after a pigeon one day, I was like, damn,
that was snatched.
And the hawk is like all protective, it killed instantly.
Yeah, I've seen him do it too. It's amazing with the
wings
snake,
all out, like protecting me to get me on. I'm like, oh, dude, you got to eat too. And I'm like backing off.
Enjoy your supper.
I'm going on my way.
I agree. The other thing we're getting is covenant, sacred contract. That's our contract with her.
Mm-hmm.
And in being here, you're supposed to take care of me if you're going to come here and learn. Yeah. And we're getting that.
Yeah. You're
and skywriting the fate.
And instead, you won't even let me take care of you. That's what I've heard.
Wow. So I'm hearing this covenant comes along with the skywriting, the fates. Yeah. So this is a holy contract. This is a sacred contract.
This is definitely. And all these people that say it doesn't exist, they're breaking a sacred contract.
They're lying.
It's not like that's the only one they're breaking.
And look, lost compass, getting back to integrity. So I think she's just saying, well, I'm going to bring you back to the basics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And make you aware that you have this stewardship that you have to do. And this is to get people aware. Oh, you'll love this one. The horned cactus, resourcefulness.
I love that one too.
I knew you would. And it's about being resourceful, using what we have, just like what you're saying. Like when something needs, we don't just throw everything away. We mend it if we can, or repair it.
Yeah. When you're through, I'll tell you what my favorite card is in that deck.
I've got Watchers, transpersonal. So we have the sacred elementals and guardians of the earth coming in here with that resourcefulness.
And that is very ancient too, because, I've just heard their Chaco Canyon. Because if you look at that card, that's Monument Valley, and that's where Chaco Canyon basically is. I've flown on that's really cool to fly over in an airplane.
Oh, I bet.
It looks like it's made out of clay. It doesn't look real.
Beautiful. Final card that I'm going to pull is Lost in Space, needing direction. So we had compass here. We've lost our way. We need to find our way back to the garden. It just reminds me of the song.
Yes.
And we got to, what is that? Find our way back to the We Are Stardust.
Wow.
So she's really coming through today. She wants us
Yeah,
to remember.
she is.
She wants us to remember our sacred vow, our sacred duty when we come to this planet, that we take care of it and respect it. We're coming here to learn things, but we're trashing it. It's like going, yeah. And she's like, no, you. And it looks to me like we'll get the hard lessons that we need to put us back on to reset.
We're gonna be making choices whether we want to make them or not.
We'll be forced
keep
to.
our head in the sand. Yeah. You keep your head in the sand, you're liable to drown.
Yeah.
Now, how's that for a concept? You're going to drown in the dirt? No, you're going to get water's going to wash over the top of you. I was talking to Tracy Ralph the other day, and we were talking about being Aquariuses and stuff. And I said, yeah, it's kind of interesting because Aquariuses are very much an air sign, and I'm also a Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising, so I'm very much an airhead. But so she and I were talking. You know what an Aquarius is? We are very, very hard to hold on to. We slip through your fingers before you know it because we are air signs that bear water.
That's right.
Our whole purpose for being is flow. And
my mom's an Aquarius. I can attest.
Our whole purpose. And so you try to block that flow and we just go right around you.
Yep.
Just like a flash flood.
You can just shift into a different gear.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of different, kind of weird. Well, these are my final cards for this because we're at the 2-hour mark. I went so fast.
Did good. It was fun.
Yes, these are from the Earth. God, my brain just went dead.
Oh no!
And I use these all the time. You guys will recognize them because everybody's using them. Yeah, the Earth Mother deck. Anyway, it's these. You guys know these cards. I got the Death card upside down.
Oh.
We got to stop what we've been doing.
We're killing the planet.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Or she's going to make us die.
Yep. And boy, that's already happening too.
I see.
But more will come.
She's looking at us as a virus.
Well, a parasite, because we're not we're using her, but we're not giving her anything back. We're not taking, it's all being just used and no reciprocation of, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's a really weird looking death card, but it's like, in a way, also death, right side up, the death card is about change. It's about transformation. You have to have an ending before you can have a beginning.
That's right. It's like an intermission before the next show.
Exactly. So the next card, though, is for us not to worry about it so much that you stress about it, because by being focused on what we're doing here today and just changing your thinking, maybe doing research to see what you personally can do to make your carbon footprint smaller. My neighbors think I'm weird. My garbage can goes out once a month.
Good for you.
Because I buy in bulk, and so I don't produce a lot of trash. So they think I'm not. Main thing I put the trash out for is kitty litter.
Yep, because that's stinky.
Yeah. So it's not me and my trash. So my neighbor, they can't figure it out.
Well, you're also one person, and they got to know that you're trying to
I harvest
be sensible.
My water. I do everything I can.
I think that's great.
I don't like fracking, and so my water heater, and my dryer and my stove are all gas.
I've got here too.
I use my gas for is to make coffee twice a week. The rest of the cooking I do on an electric hot plate or in my air fryer that I just got. It's just making these conscious decisions. I don't use hot water when I take a shower. I heat it up on the stove and put it in. There's another crazy thing. I use a sprayer, yard sprayer that you use to spray herbicides and stuff. When you get them brand new, they make a great camp shower.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
if
I
it
didn't
makes
think
a
of
good
that.
camp shower, why the hell can't you do it every day? So I can take a shower in 1 gallon of water with this long hair, even.
Now that's something.
Yeah. And I'll get all this. Well, I don't use shampoo. I use baking soda and cold water to wash my hair.
That's
But
better because a lot of the shampoos strip your hair of so much moisture that you get into this, cycle of where your hair gets too dry then.
yeah. And then I do it backwards. I condition my hair and then I wash it. But I condition
Oh,
my hair with coconut oil, pure, unfiltered,
raw.
virgin pressed, cold pressed, virgin, unfiltered coconut oil. I use it as moisturizer on my face, everywhere. I buy it it's almost a gallon sized jar.
Mm-hmm.
It goes everywhere, inside and out.
It's good stuff.
This second card, though, is
Mm.
by being so concerned, we need to do this together, not only as individuals, because we need to run with the pack.
Yeah.
And we are a pack, we're a collective.
Mm-hmm.
And this card is also saying that what you do, one little thing that you do, maybe your daughter does another little thing, your son does another little thing. Next thing you know, your whole family has reduced its carbon footprint by a huge amount because you're working as a pack to do so.
Like a family unit
So we need
or
to work
and
together.
friends
Yeah, we
giving
need to
advice.
work
Hey, I tried
together
this.
as a unit, not just as a government, but as a people, and
Mm-hmm.
protect what is so important.
I've often said that
That
we
is when we will see the truth. We will see what she is and what she can provide. We have no idea because we're so busy trying to control it and manage it and, hybridize it, and
control,
that we
control,
are not
control.
seeing those beautiful pussy willows for the soft little things that they are.
I
We see
love
them as
pussy
a
willows.
weed that we need to remove along our ditches in the road.
It's like the people that are out there using Roundup. Stop it.
Oh my God, you want to get cancer? I mean, they've already got a settlement and everything. Jesus. Anyway,
Yep.
Bayer and Monsanto should be driven out of business.
They should be put on an
They
island
tried
and
to come
forced
into
to drink their
Tucson.
friggin' crap.
They
My
tried to come
opinion.
into Tucson, and everyone in the whole area said, no way. And they started to say, oh, but we manufacture with so much water, it's good for us to use international water. And they were trying to play off on it being the border. And it's like, no, this is the desert. This is not Baja. We're
Hello.
not talking San Luis, Puerto Penasco. We're not talking about Yuma,
Mm-hmm.
that area. It's 90 miles to the border here, and then 3 hours to get to the ocean. What water are they trying to say is international water that they need for
That sounds so
grow shit?
fishy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so city councils and everybody, all the small towns in the whole area was like, no, get
Thank
out.
God.
Yeah, we ran them out. We did that with the KKK too. I love
Good.
Tucson's attitude.
I do too.
The next card, because we are seeing what needs to happen, the
Mm-hmm.
transformation comes
Yay.
with the raven. And look at that big, beautiful red heart.
Oh, I love it.
So the transformation comes, and with that transformation is that shift into love. We are the crystalline beings.
I think it's for us all to really, really get that we are all interconnected and to really feel it.
Absolutely. And interconnected deeply to this dirt we're standing on. If you want to just look at it as a rock and a piece of dirt, it's a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to destroy a part of you?
That
So
sounds
as we go
terrible.
into this transformation, we will rise.
And look at the
And so
lights.
will she. Look at that card. And if you notice,
She's
she's got
happy.
a giant crack right up the middle of her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's where the biggest flames are coming out of. So that says all the traumas, all the crises that you have been through make you have a brighter light, because that's the darkness that you've gone through to get here.
Well,
This is also where we're at with Gaia. We need to help bring her out of the darkness and
because we
into the
put her
light.
in there. Yeah. Well
And that's
said.
my final message on this, and I'll seal it with a woodpecker's feather.
Oh my God, that's precious.
He dropped
Look
that
at
for
it.
me this morning. I was like, okay.
It's
As
so
he's going,
beautiful.
cussing at me because I disturbed him. But
He said, and by the weather, there's my
little,
feather.
little woodpecker feather. He's like,
It's so beautiful.
So, yeah. So, you guys, this is fun. Why do we need to do this again?
We do. We do.
I
We
think
have
we
fun.
should do this again this winter because I have a feeling this winter is also going to be a time of testing us.
Yep.
Like last winter, I keep getting messages: stock up, prepare, stock up, prepare. And it's not because of shortages this time; it's because of dinero cost.
Inflation.
Yep.
For real. Like, because you don't know when
until
that
they
price
stop
is going to be.
businesses from gouging us, I tell you what, they sure shit better not touch the interest rates because it's not inflation.
Ding, ding.
This is like, I don't know if you guys have heard the story of planned obsolescence with your cell phones. You know why you need a cell phone every 2 years? You notice when it comes time to get your upgrade to your new cell phone, your old cell phone starts acting up. It's planned by the providers. I wrote down some facts.
buy,
I wrote down
purchase.
some facts that
consume.
kind of shook me today.
Oh,
I was
okay.
reading an article from the Columbia Climate School, Columbia University. So I'm letting you know where this came from.
Always good to cite the
It's an
source.
article called 35 Tips for a Low Carbon Footprint. And it says that at the rate we're going, our current footprint for the whole world to stop the global rate of change that's going on, we have to have a carbon footprint of 1.87 tons by 2050.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's less than 30 years.
Everything moves so slow.
U.S. average is 18.3 tons versus China, and we put all that blame on China. 8.2 tons. We are 10 times worse than China.
Wake up, America. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah. And if you want to find out how to figure out your footprint, I think I put this, did I put the link to this article if I didn't, I will put it in the description box. There's a calculator that you can use. So that you can see what in the numbers, what tons are your actual carbon footprint. And this is tons of waste.
Tons of waste. Just trash, folks. Just trash.
This is your garbage that you throw away every week.
And that's a lot of people do with clothes. Clothes, I hear, is become one of the biggest because it's become cheaper. A lot of people just
go buy new clothes.
Away. Yeah.
My mother was a seamstress, and she was so shocked because we watched from the time I was a little girl. Patterns averaged about $1.50.
Yep, my mom made our clothes.
And now, good luck finding a pattern for under $11.
For real, that's true.
I can remember my mom would make me a Vogue pattern dress. I would be so excited because that was like a $15 pattern, and it was a big deal.
Yes, it would have been.
And you know what? I ended up using that dress. I reused that dress as my wedding dress.
That's so awesome.
It was this 1950s Maryland, the famous picture of her standing trying to keep her dress down from 7 Year Itch.
I think they call that like
a formal, all the way to the ground chiffon. It had that same 1950s neckline, cowl neckline. And it was chiffon over the top, white chiffon, it was like angel dress. And
you tried to buy that dress now and have someone make it for you?
The skirt of the dress was a circle and a half around. Was that ever a fun dress to dance in?
Oh, yeah.
And it was 3 layers of white chiffon.
Chiffon's so beautiful.
So, yeah, I reused that for a wedding dress.
Absolutely.
I used to belong to My father was a Freemason.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to belong to the Job's Daughters, which teaches you about the book of Job, which is about being trusting God, being steadfast in what you believe in, and you will be rewarded. So, yeah, that I'm a type, my numerology path number is 1.
Mine's a 2.
So I'm a natural leader. No matter
You are.
what I do, people turn to me as the leader. And so, yeah, that was a hard one to get used to, because every time I'll stand in the background and say, I'm going to watch, let somebody else lead, someone figures out that they need to come and ask me. And it's like, oh, here we go.
I just wanted to sit and be
I just want to be a
quiet.
follower for a change. No, I don't.
No, because it would drive you nuts.
I'm not a good follower. I'm a rebel.
I'm not a good follower either.
Yeah. So it figures.
That's why I just figure, like with my channel, do my own thing. Don't get caught up in the game, because it's really easy to get caught up in the YouTube game. Don't get caught up in it. Just do what I freaking want to do.
Number one best thing I can say to you is, when you have a YouTube channel, only check your subs and stuff once a week.
Yeah, for real.
If that, because it'll change 3 times in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And the best
week,
thing I can say to you is, as a new person and you're coming in as a creator on YouTube, make videos.
That's what I did.
Do not rely 100% on live streams
or collaboration.
Live streams are current for the time. Do you want your channel to last over the years? Depends on what you want for your channel. If you want a long-term channel or a short-term channel. You want a short-term channel, focus on live streams, because that's dealing with stuff that's changing like this. But if you want your channel to have longevity, where people can come back year after year for their meditation or whatever.
And you can see it in your analytics. I see that I get a lot of my subscribers are very good. They watch my videos. I can tell.
Yeah. Yes.
So we know if you're watching.
Actually, we do.
Ooh.
And you want to know why we're always trying to get you to leave something in the comments? Because that's what YouTube's wanting us to do.
That is how.
Looking for interaction. YouTube doesn't care whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yep.
They don't care if it's a this in the comments or
they want to see if it stirs people up to.
They just want an interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Whether it's a hi or a fuck you, they just want an interaction.
It's right. And then they will throw us into more recommendations. And that's what I need right now. More recommended.
I finally got to the point where they're starting to recommend me. But I had to put up a lot of pre-recorded videos. I have 52, well, now 50, this Saturday will be 55 Saturday Solutions videos alone.
That's right. I think I've got, now this probably includes some lives, but I've had my channel for 4 years, not 3 years, going on 4. And I've got, I think, approximately 800, maybe 70 by this point, videos. Those probably do include some lives. But the first thing that I did was I didn't know anybody to do any collaborations, and I couldn't do a live until at that time I had 1,000 subscribers. It wasn't just the simple, it should have always been that it was 500. I wish it had been, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember when it started lives, there was no restrictions like that. And every scam artist and their brother was out begging people for money. And that's why YouTube locked that down, because you ended up with homeless people who could get cell phones, burner phones, begging people for money if they had a PayPal account. So a lot of people got scammed.
No,
so
that's
YouTube
too
locked
bad.
that down. They shut that down. But yeah, I've seen, since the live streams came into YouTube, YouTube's totally different than what it was. I've been on YouTube since, not on it, but I'm part of YouTube since 2011.
Wow.
And my first channel was in when did I start my first?
So you've seen a ton of changes.
I think it was 2015, 2014, 2015 when I started my party channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I only did like 8 of those, but they would go anywhere from 2 to 5 hours long each one of them. It was a party.
It's party.
Yeah, you had fights and arguments and everything that you get at the bar. But my moderators earned their time.
Oh my God. I wish I could go back and see those, but
Oh, I've got some. They're still on my channel. They're just marked as private.
Oh.
So if you want to see them, I can give you the link.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind.
One was really good. I've actually been thinking about re-showing it again, but I got to ask the people in the panel if it's okay with them because we don't talk much. One guy, yes, one is a subscriber in here, but I had a permaculture dude, a CBD grower, and a marijuana grower all in here talking about how the best way to take care of your soil, how to grow marijuana, the differences between them, and why you need to go. We all need to go permaculture instead of manicured lawns and gardens.
Yeah.
I'm let the desert take my yard back. That's the other thing my neighbors don't like about me. But I've got all kinds of little trees coming up all over the place. So I got shade coming. So 5 years from now, they'll all be going, why didn't we do that?
They'll be sorry.
My yard will be full of shade.
Yeah. And we're also in California. We're doing the same. We don't have the manicured lawn. We're putting in succulents and
well, that's the thing.
Trying to go with nature, not work against her.
Right. I was telling a friend of mine today, Arizona and our water situation, 99% of our Arizona water situation is how California wastes fucking water and Las Vegas wastes fucking water.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need an aquarium in the desert? Las Vegas has an aquarium.
They don't.
Why do they need those fountains that go off every hour that evaporate tons of water into the air just as a total waste?
It's grotesque.
Why do you have to have a lawn?
You don't.
You gotta
folks.
put chemicals on it to keep it green. You gotta water it. You gotta mow it. Why do you want a lawn? I have
a lot of work
for a lawn. My lawn takes no care. All I do is when it rains like it's doing now, I get a lot of weeds. And so I get my white vinegar out and my sea salt and I put it in my sprayer and I go spray my weeds. Doesn't kill the soil, kills the weeds. So yeah, I don't have to use Roundup.
Yeah.
All you need is vinegar and sea salt or vinegar and baking soda. Vinegar and baking soda has a chemical reaction.
That's right.
Yeah, the vinegar cooks the plant. It stops photosynthesis. So if nothing else, just use vinegar water.
I'll tell my mom to do that because we've got some weeds that are close to the roses, but I just don't want to use salt because I don't want to damage the plants.
Yeah. How big are the weeds? In that instance, I'd probably pull them up.
Yeah, it's mostly pull them up. They're just popping back up, but they're starting, when you live in a temperate climate, weeds are like constantly growing.
Dizzle. You know what? We need to read on your question too.
Oh yes, that's true.
But I also wanted to let you know too bad. When you do hair, girlfriend, you need to collect up that hair and put it in your rose bushes.
Oh really?
Yes. Roses love human hair.
I didn't know that.
It breaks down really slow and has a lot of potassium in it. They love it. And
I'll keep up my trims because a
hairdresser who's a gardener tell me that.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'll tell my mom that too.
When you go to the beauty shop, take a bag with you, grocery bag or whatever, and ask them for the hair. And they'll be like, what? Sure. And they'll go back in the back and you want a garbage bag full?
There you go.
Hey, put it in all your plants. They love it. Organic gardening.
Let's see. What was her question?
She quit her job.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to bring it back and put it up here.
There we are. And thank you for that lovely running banner below.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's so sweet.
Hey, I do that for every guest. All your information's in there. I mean, all of it.
Hopefully not pictures of me getting out of the shower. But
No, not the blackmail stuff.
Oh, okay. That can go for another day.
I'm keeping that for a later date.
Yeah.
If I have coyotes, I have lots of coyotes. Lots and lots of cut. Yeah. We have
Yeah, and Bert's like, I'd take my hairbrush and clean out my hairbrush outside.
Yeah, that's what I do.
The birdies.
And my cats. I brush my kitties and I clean that brush out of all the cat hair. You can either use that to make a sweater, which I've known people who've done that from like husky hair.
Oh, gross. I'm sorry. I could not.
So much. And it'll make the husky hair makes great sweaters. Like,
really?
Yeah, like that you would use up in the Klondike. Really, really warm sweaters. Well,
that makes sense.
Eskimos, I hate that word, but the native people in the north, they use it a lot for that. So from the dogs, from the sled dogs.
That would make sense because that's what they have to use in their environment, and
they use it a lot for insulation. Dog hair.
That would make that's smart. Like bear's hair alone could do that. I'm thinking about maybe giving it to my mom to stick down the gopher holes.
Oh, yeah. Another good thing for gopher holes is steel wool, but steel wool eventually rots away. It
rusts.
Great. But they won't. Their little teefies and paws. It cuts them. They don't like it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It keeps mice out too. Supposedly.
I'm going to buy some more steel wool, some cheap steel wool, and have her drop it down.
Speaking of mice, that's my other product. Talking about
segue.
Mouse traps, and people were wanting to know the links for them. This is my electric mouse trap. Pretty cool.
That is cool.
The link is in the bottom. You put batteries in the top of it. Turn it on. You put a little teeny tiny piece, a little dibble dabble of peanut butter in one of the corners, and it can't touch the metal plate that's in the bottom.
Okay.
Because that's the charge plate. They go in the hole. You see the little mouse right there. It goes in this little hole after the peanut butter, and it's like a mosquito zapper.
That's the last peanut butter treat
really
they haven't.
They don't even know what happened.
That's good. Yeah, we don't want anything.
It's not like those damn spring form things that, cut your finger off and cut the mouse in two and they're still alive.
That's gross.
Those things are horrible. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you very much, Harley. He's the one who told me about those. And I want you to know, since midnight last night, I've gotten 3 babies.
Oh, God, yeah.
And when you got 1 baby, that means there's 100. So I'm like, oh God, I think I need an exterminator at this point.
Oh no. Oh.
And I really don't want one because I don't want that poison in my house.
No. No.
Maybe I'll just buy more of those and we'll just put them in more places. They're very efficient. So, yes.
So let's see. Dizzle. Oh, thank you.
Sweater for Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, there we are.
Yeah. So
I'll be warm. Dizzle. I'll be warm here in Northern California where it's cold as bones.
I'm going to use the empowerment cards again.
Okay. I'm just using the Cosmic Tarot, Dizzle. So let's see about your decision to leave your job, if it was a good one. I think you're feeling guilty, but I think I'm just getting right from what you're saying. If you felt it was necessary, I think you did the right thing. But let me just see. I just feel like it intuitively. Yeah, the decision, the lovers. Yeah, I see you going back and forth over this.
I'm getting ready. The reason I have to finish my website is getting ready to set up personal readings for people.
Yes. So I'm getting the Sun and the 4 of Pentacles. I believe it was a good decision because I believe your basic well-being, security is at hand. And if you're not feeling well, then I think you're going to know further in the future and realize that, yes, you made the right decision. It was a decision to keep your sanity, to keep your health, to keep your well-being, your basic, energy there. So that looks good. And the 7 of Wands and the King of Pentacles, this is about defense, I don't know if there was a man that was a bothersome boss or something, but this is also about personal boundaries and having to, I don't know if it was tiring that you felt like you had to keep this King of Pentacles, just feels like he's invasive. That makes sense. So I think absolutely yes. Princess of Cups and Ace of Pentacles to begin with. This is a new start, a new thing. And this is lighter energy with this Princess of Cups. You're meant to have some fun, be able to enjoy yourself. And new jobs, different, something different. So just, I think, yes, you're fine with this. And you had the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a reset.
Oh, yeah.
You need to live a life that's more authentic to you. Okay. Yeah. No more with the keeping up with the Joneses. That's BS. You need a life that's going to make you healthy and happy. And that's what I see you rebuilding and doing and figuring out.
I like those cards. That's cool. Well, I got some awesome. Oh, you're still going?
Nope, done.
Okay. Because mine are very similar.
Wow.
Yeah. First thing is, the reason you quit your job is because it was taking all your energy. It was taking it all, not just some of it. Your life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. It was taking all of your energy. It was zapping you. So you couldn't get in the flow and stay in the flow because you didn't have enough in you energy-wise.
Yeah, like your basic chi. The basic
just to
chi.
float.
Mm.
You know? Yeah. This dragon's he's a trip.
It is. I love it.
And he's holding there's a little tiny dragon inside there.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Jody Burton was a trip. I love her artwork.
It's
neat. By quitting this job, you got your power back. You called upon the elements to focus on your intentions and you found your greatest dragon. This is interesting that this came up twice today. And I shuffled crap out of these cards.
Yeah, there you go. It's one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have, once you've settled into this and stop feeling so guilty, my dear, you'll find your elegance. You'll find that flow where you're wanting to be, where that you want, not that other people are saying you should have. Or,
yeah, it's like everybody
this is
else,
right, or this is wrong, or
you're living your life for you, not for them, not for the world.
Exactly, they're living their life in your footprints.
Really don't belong there,
and it never works. It says it is found in the beauty of nature. The lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide.
Good job, Dizzle.
It keeps
you
going.
You did a brave thing.
It keeps going. When you're in this glide mode, do not forget your humor. Going right on with Maya. Don't forget your humor. And it's going to be a lot easier to have and to find because you're not all caught up in all that other stuff that was draining
office
on
drama
energy.
Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, laugh at yourself. Lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness.
Yes.
So when you're this is for everybody.
Yes.
If you're in a work situation, you're in a life situation that has you uncomfortable, there's a reason why you're uncomfortable. You're not supposed to be there. If you're uncomfortable, get out of there. Get out of there.
Trust your instinct.
Trust my humor, it's something.
I saw that. It's so cute.
The last card is the dance card. Now, my subscribers are moon dancers because that's what we do on the full moon. Just ask Swampy. She was doing it last full moon. We got a full moon on the 27th, y'all. I expect to hear y'all talking about moon dancing. But anyway, find your heart's rhythm.
I'll roll naked.
Step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way.
Oh, yeah. See, there's that thing about you're meant to have some fun in this life. and you're meant to have more fun than you were. It's
Yeah, you
getting
got
too
2
heavy.
cards there that are like that. Laugh and dance. You know, I
And
have a feeling
don't
you
feel
have a
guilty
problem with
for
laughing.
enjoying yourself. I'm sorry, Katie.
But the bottom of the deck card is the one that got me.
What's that one?
It's the Mercy card.
Oh,
Let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive.
it's very true. And you know what? Open your arms to receive it so that you can receive it. Be
Totally
consciously
open to receiving. Don't put conditions on your receiving.
Like feeling guilty.
Yep, there's Smumpy, my moon dancer.
Yep. I was going to say, Katie.
Is it a new moon? I thought it's a full moon.
No, I was going to say, we just had a full moon, the last of the summer.
I'm going first of the month is usually, it switches, but I mean.
I have to look at my moon calendar.
Yeah, the first of the month is usually. I was just going by, someone was doing a video, and I could have sworn he put that it was the full moon video. But he did it already today. It's a gentleman that I follow by the name of Victor Odo.
Oh, I'll have to check him out.
He's actually who I learned how to, after I did it, how to awaken my Kundalini. It's very interesting. He's someone who is oriented to newly awakened people. That's how I found him. I was newly awakened and had nowhere to go for guidance or even to ask questions because I didn't know anybody like us.
Yeah.
And so I just started watching him, and then that progressed into other people and progressed me into doing what he does.
You do a great job.
So, well, he does a great job. Thank you, Maya.
You're
welcome.
Was
so much fun, my sweetheart.
I love coming on here.
You're always welcome here. Anytime you want to come here, you're welcome. And yeah, we got to do the Gaia thing again. Let's do it in the fall, and then we need to do it again in the winter.
I agree. Seasons.
Yes. We all know springtime is a time of abundance, but fall and winter can be tricky.
They have their magic too.
Oh, you subbed to Victor Odo? Cool, Swampy. He has great messages, and he's in Las Vegas.
Oh, my time zone.
Yeah, he's not too far away. He used to be in San Diego. So I've watched him go from being a marijuana grower and a personal trainer in a gym to in Michigan. He and his wife sold their house. He sold his businesses, bought a motorhome, and drove to San Diego because it was always their dream to live on the beach. And he had just awakened and discovered that, yeah, you're supposed to live your dreams. You're not supposed to do the responsible, respectable, have a business and get rich.
Like birth, school, death?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Birth, school, work, death. Yeah.
So I've watched him go from not very spiritual to now he teaches in Bali and Costa Rica. And,
yeah. Oh, Bali would be.
Really he also is a curandero for ayahuasca.
Very interesting. I'd love to.
By the way, I would not recommend you go to just anybody.
You can get some messed up people.
DMT. There are people out there that will say, "Oh, come on, do DMT with me. I'll get you high."
Yeah.
Yeah. That you're talking about a high that is more intense than LSD.
Damn.
If you do not in the first 20 minutes throw up violently, you didn't take enough. Because that's what it's supposed to do. It purges your whole body. You physically, emotionally,
that's right. You can get
mentally prepared to do this.
You want to make sure that you've emptied your bowels.
Absolutely. Because it's getting rid of toxins out of your body. That's the whole point, is to recharge and reset you. How can you just do that if you're going on, I'm just going to go tripping? If you're going to go tripping, there's mushrooms and lots of other stuff. Peyote and lots of other stuff you can do.
Peyote,
I don't recommend ayahuasca and DMT for casual tripping.
Yeah, you got to respect the plant. Respect the plant. It's
a sacred thing too.
That plant will school you.
It's like the people that lick the Colorado River toad to get high.
Stop
guys really are really stupid because that will kill a dog.
Kill you.
That will kill a dog.
You don't need to go around licking no toad.
I was a veterinary vet tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're cleaning that out of a dog's mouth, you use a washcloth, a rough washcloth to scrub it off their gums.
To get the
It's really
particles.
sticky. And get it on their tongue, and then you flush it for 5 full minutes of running water. The poor dog thinks they're drowning. But if you don't do that, they'll die.
God, poor babies.
So, yeah.
Katie licks toads.
People have been, because I talk about this toad, everybody gives me a hard time about being a toad licker. Hey, I can think of a lot worse.
You dirty toad licker. You dirty toad licking bastard.
Hey, the Native Americans use these toads also for vision quests, just like they use peyote. So,
but they have a culture that's
they know what they're doing,
right? And we don't want to culturally appropriate something that is not
absolutely. You don't want to go into a sweat lodge and you just go build yourself a building and then start a fire in it, and then you think you're going to sweat out all your issues. The chances are you're going to die. You're going to die because you don't know what the hell you're doing. First off,
people died that way.
God is probably going to get you before anything else does.
Yeah.
And you don't get that in a sweat lodge.
There have been people that are not indigenous that put on these sweat lodges. And recently, well, in the last few years, there have been people dying in them.
Sedona, there was a big group of people that died in Sedona.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of.
Yep. Because this guy didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew a little bit. He knew just enough to be dangerous and make money. And that's all he saw was making money in Sedona. We make money off these woo-woo people in Sedona. I love my woo-woo woke people. Thank you.
Yeah. And no need to predicate upon them.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting.
Hey, Mosshold, are you just getting off work, my friend? Yes, but we do need to sign off because started a half hour ago was Intuitive You Kim, and her show is always excellent, you guys. So
she's a great lady. She's nice.
Hang on over there. She is so sweet, so sweet. Her and Medium Kim, I really enjoyed Medium Kim on Deanne yesterday.
Yeah, Medium Kim is a sweetie. I would love to have her on. She's one of the few people that I would like to have on.
Yeah, I want to talk to her about what she does art-wise with her colors, because I'm being called to do spirit painting. Whatever that is, I don't know.
I hear you.
Hear it often. I hear you need to start spirit painting. You need to. What is that? But I think that's what she does, where she paints your aura colors. Now, I don't see auras. So this could be really interesting.
I paint, and I've done like paintings for my dreams and just where I just allow the universe to work through me. And I want to get my studio back sorted out so I can get back in there and do that. And I consider that spirit painting. It's whatever, you know, when you open up and you just allow spirit to pick the colors and
seeing it as the subject being source light and developing out into colors from that. But I'm all about colors.
Me too.
I like Kim was talking about on that show that some people see colors and some people smell colors. I see, smell, and taste colors. I also feel them tactily. That's the word I want.
So that is that. What is that name for that? Synesthesia. Yeah. I've got a little bit of that. A little bit.
I have it major with color. I see yellow and it's hot. I don't want to touch it.
Really? I love yellow.
Isn't that funny?
But
I can't. I want to bury my hand in something blue.
Yes, blue is nice.
Where other people would be like, oh no, that's cold. You know, I think it really depends on your energy too. I'm a very much of a blue-green gemstone winner girl.
Yep, I love blue, green, purple.
Yeah, those are my three,
and pink.
Especially together. Those three together. Yeah, and I can remember in the 1960s, and they used to say blue and green don't go together. You don't wear blue and green together. And I bought this tapestry at a head shop.
Looks like it goes together to me.
One of them good old-fashioned hippie head shops from the 1970s. Those were fun. Oh my God, those were fun. And it came from India. and it was blue and green and white. And I went, but blue and green aren't supposed to go together. Blue and green go. They laughed. It was so pretty. I bought it.
Nature. You just
And
look what you see in nature.
green does not clash with anything. Green is the color of new life.
That's right. And leaves and sprouts.
All life starts green.
I love green. I love all the colors, though. I just love them.
My teacher, when I was learning how to pastel paint, green is her least favorite color. And if she could keep from using it in any painting, she would. I was like,
what?
Okay. I've also known artists that think that the human body should be covered. They don't want to see the human body in a photograph. They'll paint it, but they don't want to see it in a photograph. They'll look at a nude body modeling and paint that body, but it bothers them to look at a photograph of a nude body.
That's strange.
Photography is just as much art as drawing with a darn pencil.
I think the nude body is beautiful.
The human body is one of the most complex and beautiful creations on the face of this earth. I can't get enough of it.
I think especially the woman's body is just beautiful.
Fascinating. Well, even...
And men too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just as an artist and not objective. I said this in Stoney's chat one day about, I love the triangle shape of a man's upper body. And this guy goes, Katie, that was a sexist thing to say. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, you're a man. And I just said, I like the shape of a triangle, shape of your upper body, and you're calling me sexist? Wait a minute.
No.
You're a man. You like women to comment you on what they like about your body.
So don't get on that high and mighty horse with me, mister.
Me. He was like, okay, you caught me.
You called him out.
It's my butt. You calling me out on it was sexist.
Yeah, I'm glad you set him straight.
Oh, I am having a hard time keeping my mouth shut. Well, I'm a Heyoka empath. So I have a tendency to come back at you in the same tone as you come at me.
I think I'm similar.
People don't like that.
They don't. But you know what? I do. So that's what counts.
But they gravitate towards you because you do that.
They do. I swear to God. I swear to God.
They gravitate you because you're honest with them. I can't help it. I can be very blunt, and I worry that I hurt people's feelings with how blunt I am. And then it's like,
that's also very
this is me. I'm not going to worry about hurting people's feelings. I worry
people need to toughen up a little bit.
You're responsible for your own hurt. If it hurt your feelings, it wasn't intended that way. Yeah.
And don't make it all about you. That's all I got to say.
No kidding. This world does not. Yeah. This world doesn't revolve around you. We're not all in it for you.
It's true. I like those doorways full of hanging beads too.
Right. That's where we get hung up with our current government situation.
Yes.
Is because they all think it's all about them.
Oh God.
When it's not about them at all. They're in a service job. It has nothing to do with them. They're not even supposed to be making very much money.
It's really supposed to be about us, the mass populace, the greater number of people.
I mean, I was raised in the federal government. I know how the average worker gets paid. They don't make a lot of money.
They don't.
And to have these rich bastards in there in the Senate and Congress and stuff,
lifelong health
making money off insider trading and shit. And that's the only reason they run for office.
They're crooks.
Yeah, that's the only reason they run for office is to make money. They don't care about the fact that they're supposed to be doing a job.
Many of them don't.
Well, many of them wouldn't know how.
And thus,
never worked a job a day in their life. Number one on the list, I'll say, is fucking name Matt Gaetz.
You stink,
He's
Matt
never
Gaetz.
worked a day in his life. So every time he talks about the He-Man and
that just makes me
Fucker
laugh.
Carlson.
Fucker
Carlson and him and his and you're you gotta tan your balls. Come on, a real man has tan balls.
What?
Doing this? He's making some kind of a documentary that's it's all
about testicles.
No, it's about He-Man for wannabe He-Man. It's
Like they'd know.
it's about po' boys
Poor
for
white boys.
incels. It's about po' boys for incels. Okay? You want to be like this man? Yeah. Then
Oh my
you need
God.
to look like this and you got to do this. It's all old brown shirt propaganda from the Third Reich.
Yep. And you know what? Matt is so unattractive. I don't even, he's so gross.
Matt
So-
Gates with his bouffant hairdo.
And his face, just his face. I'm sorry. I know he
He's
can't
always
help it.
pouting. I want to slap him silly.
He's got one of those little faces.
This little pouty boy, I never get my way faces. That's all I always think of when someone says Matt Gates. Him and Donald Trump. I'm going to take my toys and go home. You guys don't play right.
That's right. You won't let me bully you.
You won't play my way, so I'm just going to take my cool toys. Don't you wish you had my cool toys? No, because I got my own.
Yeah. I have a life. They don't. They constantly need other people.
Yes. Yeah. Validation, validation, validation. You know what I say? Validation is for parking tickets.
That's right. I validate myself.
So when you're doing, like, if you're a new tarot card reader and you're reading and you're don't have the confidence and stuff, and you're looking for that validation that what you're saying is right, stop it.
Yeah.
Because if you're reading from spirit and spirit's talking, you're not talking at all. So how can you be right or wrong?
You'll find it eventually because you'll get the confirmation later.
The difference is some people don't know how it feels to step aside and be the vessel.
Yeah.
It scares them. It scares them. And I find so much comfort in it because I cannot have to deal for a while.
That's right.
You know, something else is in charge.
You're not the one making the decisions there. I mean, not really.
And it's not a something. It is still me, but it's that part of me that doesn't fit in this fleshly part.
That's right. The part that doesn't fit in the monkey suit.
Exactly. Yeah, I call it my fleshly bits.
Yeah.
Me and my fleshly bits.
My earth suit.
Yes. That's right. There's nothing wrong with a little reassurance, but you don't need it in everything you do. Because you know who is going to be the one that's going to give you true reassurance and validation, sweetie? You. Is it feel right for you? There's your validation and there's your reassurance. If it makes you uncomfortable, stop.
Yep.
It is really that basic and simple.
Yep.
Stop.
Just listen to your instincts and explore them.
Yep. Yep. And that's your reassurance right there. When you feel like, ooh, this is easy, it flows, it's comfortable, there's your validation. You're doing something you're supposed to be doing.
You're tracking.
Yeah.
You're on track.
Exactly. So yeah. Once again, hey Maya, we need to do, I am getting ready to start up this fall my series on flow. And what does flow mean?
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I started that way ages ago. And I've only done one show, and that was with Sienna Rose, Metaphysical, Sonia Rain Lee, and Shining Hawk Healing. And the four of us talked about flow. That was a wonderful show. It was so good. It was really good. So I want to do that again.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Because flow means different things to different people.
That's right.
And when I say flow, I'm not talking about physical flow. I'm not talking about how the earth moves around or how water goes around you or through you or air moves around you or through you, which I do use that when I'm teaching about flow because it's the only way I can give you a meditation experience is how it feels to be in flow so that you have something to compare it to later on down the road. You can go, oh, wait, what I'm doing here I don't like how I'm feeling here. I want to feel like I did when Katie took me into that meditation.
Yes.
And the flow is not that hard. It's really not. We make it harder because we resist it.
Exactly.
Because we think we can control everything.
And that's out of fear. Wanting to control everything is out of fear.
Totally.
You need to let that go.
Yeah, you got to fear and doubt and worry will be the three things that will stop you and hold you in place, make you stagnate quicker than anything.
Very
So,
true.
when you worry, like my favorite saying, I found this on Pinterest one time. When you're worrying about everything and you're worrying about things and you're worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying, that's like sitting in a rocking chair on your front porch and expecting it to be a wheelchair and getting you somewhere. It serves no purpose whatsoever but to make
Just
you
miserable.
miserable.
Yep.
So stop worrying.
Yep.
Because worrying doesn't even prepare you for what might happen because you've already built it up way out of proportion in your head.
And
or
drained
you wouldn't
yourself.
be worrying about it in the first place.
It just drains you. That's all it does.
Empties you.
Doesn't prepare you. Doesn't help.
You start getting like Maya and I, when you read cards, it's so easy you can go into an energy in just one reading and it'll pull all the energy gone.
Yep.
So you really notice that kind of stuff. You pay a lot of attention to that.
Yes, you do, because you're using your own energy as what do I want to say? It's kind of like as money, in a sense. It's what's getting utilized. It's getting used.
It's a currency for sure.
Currency. That's the word I was looking for.
It's definitely, that's like, everybody they want you to subscribe and they want you to hit that thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. And please do.
Yes, please. But you know what your YouTube currency is? Watch the damn video all the way through, please.
Very much.
That's your YouTube currency. That is your biggest donation you could ever do for creators, is to always watch their videos from beginning to end. And if it's boring to you, let it run from beginning to end while you go make a sandwich or go pee.
Yeah.
But then there's those of us who do what we're doing here. We're almost 3 hours. God, where'd that other hour go?
I know. We better sign off.
Oh, I love you, Maya. This is too easy.
It was a great Wednesday with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming, and thank you everybody
pleasure.
in the chat. This is a good conversation. You guys think of some questions for the next time we do this, Maya.
Yes.
Maya with the Gaia. Gaia and Maya. I love it.
I do too.
Oh, honey, I'll see you. You guys be good. Be kind to one another. And I'm going to ask you once again, be kind to those that aren't kind to you.
Yeah, you'll feel better.
Once you're kind to those that aren't kind to you, go home and then hug yourself for doing it, because that's the kindest thing you can do for you. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Lightworkers Roundtable, 5:00. Scott Allen.
And True Crime Tarot.
Blackcat. And True Crime. True Crime Tarot. True Crime at 3:30.
About 3:05 Pacific time. But that would be about 5:05 Central and 6:05 Eastern.
Yep. When you have satellite TV, you get really good at what's on different time zones.
You get to learn those time zones.
Or you live in Arizona and the rest of the world switches and back and forth, and you don't.
California is trying to change our law.
I can see where Southern California it'll work, but it won't work for Northern California. We tried it in Southern Oregon in the 70s and it didn't work. It's dark at 8:30 in the morning. I mean, pitch dark at 8:30 in the morning.
Yep.
If people want to live that way, that's cool, but it's not safe for little kids out there at the bus stop, let me tell you. So, yeah, there's a northern part of the country needs to be on daylight savings time. The South, no. It's a latitude, not a longitude thing. But yeah, so yeah, I get to change time zones, but I don't do anything.
That's right.
It's great. I go from Pacific to Mountain. Here in a couple of weeks, I'll be Mountain time. But we'll still start at 11 Pacific. It'll just be, for me, it'll be noon. So I actually get an extra hour.
Lucky.
Not really, it's just the same. Same. There's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Except for that day that we got shorted 18 seconds because the Earth went That's creepy.
It is creepy.
Now,
I try
that
not
was
to
what,
think too much
July?
about
That
it.
happened at the end, the 29th of July, I think was what they said, the day that happened. Obviously, we noticed it, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. 0.18 seconds. I'm sure we would really
It
notice.
totally
An
messed
18th of a second.
totally messed up my life.
Oh, it did mine too. I had to reschedule everything.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I love that.